Hello everybody, this is General Snivy, and welcome to my new Let's Play. As soon as I set this to progressive mode, it should only take a few moments. There we go. Looks like everything is good to go, so let's begin. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of the 1,000-Year Door. An awfully long time ago, in a strange and far-off land, a big bustling town emerged? It was a town where all people lived happy lives, and it was said that the town was very prosperous. But one day, tragedy befell the blessed place. A great cataclysm struck the town and its people. Darkness filled the skies and the earth shook. It was as if the very world had come to an end, and in but a single night, the town sank into the depths of the earth. Many moons rose and set. Stories of the town passed into the pages of fairy tales, and when the town site no longer people gathered at the spot and built a new town. But word soon began spread amongst There's an ancient city laid deep underground, and that a magnificent treasure rested there. Indeed. This is the tale of the fabled treasure of Rogueport. Yes, this is where it begins, in the sea, the tale of the quest for the legendary treasure, and the 1,000-Year Door starts here. An interesting dilemma. Finally, I have a minute without Toadsworth watching over me. He's so paranoid. I come all the way here on holiday, only be stuck with Toadsworth. It's so blah blah blah. Once in a while, I'd like the chance to look around and walk around myself, I guess. But now that I'm doing it all, I see that this town is has a very distinct flavor. Oh, Missy! Missy! Do you mean me? Yes, you, Missy. Would you buy something? I have a wide assortment of knickknacks and doodads. Oh, well, Well, that's a pretty box. What's inside it? It is said that this box holds a map that shows where a legendary treasure sleeps, but the box has a magic lock on it and only open for one of pure heart. As you can see, it won't so it's budge and blah blah blah. Oh. I know. If the box will open for you, Missy, then you may have it, whatever's inside. I'm sure that whatever is in there would be of no use to someone like me. So, Missy, take this box in your hands and see what happens. Alright. What's the harm? I'll try to open it. Oh my! And so it just magically opened on its own. And thus the tale of the perfect sequel begins. Welcome everyone to Let's Play Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. One of my all-time favorite games, definitely within the top 5 of all my favorite games ever made. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door has quite a large history and a huge following. In fact, its anniversary passed not that long ago. And it's, let's see, 15 years old now? Jesus! 15 years have passed since this game's original release back in 2004. And I'm definitely happy to be able to play this all for you all here today, live on Twitch. And for those of you in YouTube land, it'll be live for you as well eventually. Though this will go live regardless on both sites. So, with that out of the way, let's get this party started. I popped this game into my Wii to see, since I modified it on a software level to be able to play games off of a external hard drive, I wanted to see if it can still accept physical discs, and I can still use them and play the game since I don't have an external hard drive hooked up to the Wii now. And it turns out it does work perfectly fine, and the memory card I have on hand also still works. There's no corruption, nothing like that whatsoever. It's perfectly normal and works great. Works as if it is a normal memory card. You see, kids, back in my days, we didn't store data on them fancy schmancy hard drives and SSDs. Boy, we had these little gems called memory cards. Memory cards holds all of our most important memories. And this is very true. The memory card I'm using for this particular instance is the official branded Nintendo GameCube memory card of 1019 blocks. I'm not sure how much data that is in like megabytes or kilobytes or whatever. Regardless, it's a lot of data. I guess the reason why they use blocks is just to keep things simple, as kids who are playing this game may not even know what a megabyte or kilobyte is. And it's totally understandable unless you're a PC geek like myself. Okay. I booted up the game and all of my save files that I had on here previously are still here, including one from a long ass time ago which I basically hacked to high heaven. So that was definitely a fun time. I also had another save file here which I did delete recently because it did expose the name of one of my step siblings. So just for security reasons, I went ahead and deleted the file. Just for safety reasons. So with that out of the way, before we get started, there are a couple of options down here. You can change the sound settings from mono to stereo. And if you happen to have a surround sound set up, you can select surround sound. I do believe this game does support Dolby Digital Surround Sound, though nothing like, say, 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound, nothing like that. And there's also the rumble settings, which if you have a compatible GameCube controller, then you can adjust the rumble settings to turn it on or off. Or if you happen to have a regular OG GameCube controller or any of the more recent re-released ones, that so long as they have a GameCube port, it will work. So that is awesome. So with that out of the way, let's select file number 2 and get this adventure underway. And I know exactly what I'm going to name this. This shouldn't take too long. Done and done. Saving settings and done. Here we go. Let us begin. Hey, Paracarry, it's been forever since we've last seen you. Mail call! Hey bro, check it out! A letter from Princess Peach arrived for you! I'll just read it to you. How's that sound? Ahem. Now, let's see here. Hello there, Mario. I am now on holiday traveling in the Mushroom Kingdom. In my travels, I came into possession of a magical map. A treasure map, actually. It was inside a box I got from an old merchant in a town called Rogueport. But since it would be too difficult for me to try to go find treasure all by myself, I thought you could help me hunt for it. You will, of course, won't you? I've included the map with this letter, so please bring it with you when you come. I'll meet you at Rogueport. That means you must come, or else you will die. Peach. What do you know? It's true. There's a withered old map in here with the letter. Check it out. Ooh. Quite a dusty old map. I'm surprised it's still functional. Hell, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. So with the map in hand, we set off to Rogueport and begin our adventure proper with Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Fun fact, the intro music, if you're playing this between the international release and the Japanese release, they actually differ slightly. So, figure I throw that out there. Just a little fun fact, because potatoes. Okay. And so, we begin the prologue. A rogue's welcome. Quite an interesting dilemma. Excuse me, sir. Please wake up, sir. The town you've been speaking of has come into view. Look, that's Rogueport. You see, we'll arrive shortly. Please prepare to disembark. I must apologize, sir. Our arrival was delayed just a bit by rough weather. Are you quite sure you want to disembark here? I did tell you all the sordid tales about Rogueport on our way here, did I not? That you did, I guess. What's that? I'm sorry. You say there's a princess waiting here for you. Is that so? Of course, sir. Well, if that's what you think, then I won't stop you. But, you be careful, sir. Don't say I didn't warn you. Of course. Thanks, I guess, for the valuable information which was never told. So here we are, folks. Welcome to Rogueport. The town of which Princess Peach is currently visiting. And, yeah, this looks like Baltimore City. Welcome. Welcome to Baltimore City, folks. I'm kidding. This is not Baltimore. Not even close. Hey, what do you want? Get away from me, freak! Oh, come off with it, you airhead. I know it's tough for you, but don't play dumb with me. I've seen you walking around town asking for information about the crystal stars. Well, now I'm doing the asking, so be a good girl and tell us what you know right now. Never! I don't have anything to say to you, creeps. Ew! Sexual harassment. I suppose it wouldn't be right if a sassy little lass like you met with an untimely demise. Boys, we're taking this firebrand to our fortress. As you command, Lord Crump. We're on it. No, stop right there, you weirdos. I'll scream, really? Oh dear. Better do something about it. Like I go anywhere with smelly lunatics like you. Not likely. What? What do you think you're doing, chump? You think you can screw up my plans? Gah, it's always something. Looks like I'm gonna have to give you a little taste of the old crump-a-bomb. Oh dear. Oh dear. We got some fun on our hands. Battle time, Mr. Man. Just find a way to beat this freak of the week, okay? Don't sweat the details. Just jump on him and hit him with your hammer. Of course. And this is technically a tutorial battle, one of which I don't think you can lose. Keyword is I don't think. It may be possible that you can still lose, and if you do, it's game over. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty damn sure that you can't lose this fight. But anyway, if you guys remember the battle system from Paper Mario, well, that has made its triumphant return, and it has been refined to absolute perfection, in my opinion. So, let's give him a good smack. Sweet! You didn't know that hurt. Wow, I gotta say, you're tougher than you look. Keep it up and you'll beat him in no time. So, unlike the previous Paper Mario where you have to wait a while before you can get access to the action commands, well, you get access to them immediately. And there's even more to this than meets the eye. You got him on the ropes! Come on, keep wailing on him! Oh, goodbye. You did it! You did it! Yes! And you got star points. Yeah, I bet you know, but you get these things called star points when you win battles. When you get 100 points, you go up a level. Don't forget that, okay? No duh, my friend. No frickin' duh. So you got a couple of decent shots in, I'll give you that. But unfortunately for you, that means it's go time! Punish him! Quick, this way! Phew, what a bunch of loons. Let's just sneak out of here. What do you say? Sounds good to me. Let's get the hell out of here. Well, these dupes are freaking preoccupied. Let's make a clean getaway. Huh? Stop! Where'd they go, huh? You, Johnson, did you see them? Did anyone? Crud. They bolted. Wow, mister, you totally saved me. Thanks. You're welcome. I have just got to give you a little reward. Oh my! How about a couple of bag of $100 bills and then we'll get fancy, if you know what I mean. My name's Goombella. I'm a student at the University of Goom. Nice to meet ya. So, who are you? It's me, Mario. Mario? What, you mean like that famous guy? Wow, I can't believe I met you here. Cool. Anyway, no offense, but it looks like you just rolled into town yourself, right? Mm-hmm. What's your point? Me? I already hate it here. There are freaks and weirdos everywhere. It's nasty. You obviously haven't been to Baltimore in like the past decade. Or New York City for that matter. I mean, I know the place is called Rogueport, so I should have expected it, but sheesh. I'd never come to a place like this if there weren't some legendary treasure here. Oh, speak of the devil. Oh, hello, what's this? What? You're looking for the legendary treasure too? Seriously? Whoa, bucko. What you got there? Also, this is kind of new to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Occasionally during conversations, there may be some background events going on as you're scrolling through the text boxes. So, that is something worth mentioning. Oh my gosh! Isn't that a treasure map? You have to tell me where you got that. It's kind of a long story. Princess Peach, what? Get a hoagie boogly if it isn't Master Mario. Oh dear. Oof. Stay down, bro. The boss sends his regards. How's that, rotace punk? Are you okay? That hurts. Those jerks. We won't forget this. Well, that was pretty funny. Bit of a coincidence, bumping into this sort of a place, huh? Ho ho! So tell me, Master Mario, what in the world brings you to this wretched little burg? Ah, indeed. Princess Peach sent you a letter and a treasure map? And she told you she'd meet you here in Rogueport. Interesting. You're asking me where Princess Peach is? I was about to ask you that. We stopped in town to acquire a spot of fuel for our ship, don't you know? I only took my eyes off her for a moment, but as soon as I did, she vanished. You know how headstrong she is, Mario. I just assumed she'd be back momentarily. But at this point, I fear we must embrace the possibility that she may never return. I've been at a loss as to what to do. I've been fraught with worry, I tell you. But I'm feeling better with you here, Master Mario. Surely we'll find her, surely. But I know my place, Master Mario, and this is not it. I leave this task to you. I believe I'll recline in the inn right over there and enjoy a spot of tea, perhaps. In fact, I highly recommend it, particularly if you find your heart points, aka HP, running low. Just drop on in! Ho ho! Yes, anyway, a little rest there will fill all of your HP, as well as FP, but that'll come into play later. I must say, though, the rest of this town is a bit rough. Yes, rough indeed. I say. Princess Peach? Did he mean, like, Peach, the Mushroom Kingdom princess? The princess who always gets nabbed by Bowser, the Koopa King? The one you rescue? Duh. Wait a sec. This is crazy. Princess Peach sent you that treasure map? Yep, she did. Whoa! This is really intense. Well, where could she have gone? Where could she have gone then, do you think? You think maybe she got sick of waiting and went to find the treasure on her own? I don't think that's how it works. Oh, I know, Mario. Come with me. One of my professors is here researching the treasure. We'll show him your map. If we start looking for the treasure, then maybe we'll catch up to Princess Peach. Good plan, but also kind of dumb. Great! We're all good then. Let's go, Mario. And so Goombella has joined our party and essentially acts like Goombario from the first Paper Mario. Let's learn more about her. Goombella's abilities, a primer. Press X to get information about nearby people, places, and objects. This is the Rogueport Plaza. It is the center of town and the main business district. It's a crossroads where many people meet, including more than a few shady characters. Anytime you press X when there's no one around, I'll tell you about where we are. It also has some other hidden uses used in speedrunning and also tasks of this game. More on that later. That's Goomfer, the Goomba. He's always complaining about being swindled or mugged. If you press X when there's somebody nearby, I'll tell you about him or her. So, did you get all that? Yes, I did. Goombella can give you hints when she answers, so ask her for information often. And of course, Goombella can be quite helpful in battle too. She jumps in the air to attack enemies with a nasty head bump, much like Goombario. She can also look up enemy HP and weaknesses with her tattle ability, again just like Goombario. First off, we gotta find my professor. Thing is, since I just got to town myself, I don't actually know where he lives. So keep an eye out. Here's what Professor Frankly looks like. Okay, good to know. So, unlike the last game where partners join your party, in this game, when partners join your party, they have their own individual HP bars. However, their abilities that use FP are shared between Mario and your partner. So, that is something worth mentioning. So, let's go over some of the menus here real quick. Under the Mario menu, you can view information about your personal stats and yourself, and you can also learn about abilities that you currently have on hand, and also view certain pieces of information, such as this. This is Rising Star. The higher your star rank, the bigger your crowd can be. So after a certain number of levels have been reached, your stage will become bigger, and in turn will grant you additional benefits. Well, mainly one benefit, but again, that will come into play later. So anyway, there were some things that I did in battle, which I did manage to show off during the first fight, which I haven't really gone over yet. The action commands have a new hidden feature, and that is known as stylish commands. If you happen to execute a stylish command at the proper time, you'll make the audience go absolutely bananas over your performance, and thus it'll actually grant you a pretty big bonus. As far as what that bonus is, more on that later. The hidden stylish timings is just that, hidden. However, if you want to know when the timing is, you do have to acquire a certain badge in order to figure that out. It's, I believe it's known as a tutor? Or something to that extent. Regardless, we'll be getting our hands on that sometime down the road. Let's take a look around. Freeze! You two, not another step! Don't come this way! Some complete jerk just bumped into me and made me lose a contact lens. I'm looking for it right now, so do not dare move! You hear me? Whatever you do, do not move an inch! Not an inch! You hear? Okay. I guess we can't go this way. Son of a bitch. Ah! Idiot! You stepped on it! My poor contact lens! I told you not to move! Don't your stupid ears work? What were you thinking? This is your fault. Now I have to buy new contact lenses. But you're gonna pay for it. Compensate me, Mr. Clumsy. How about no? Fine. If that's your plan, then here's mine, you oaf. I'm gonna block the gate to the west side until you bring me a new contact lens. Oh dear. Well, can't go over there at all, which kinda stinks. And by the way, you do literally have to pay for this contact lens. Whether you actually move or jump in the air in place, you still break the contact lens no matter what. I think even if you activate a cheat code to give you like a moon jump and jump all the way across the map, you'll still break the contact lens, no matter where you land. So, that's something worth mentioning. Alright. Welcome! Yes, welcome to the Toad Bros Bazaar. Eh? What's that? You want a contact lens, you say? Wait just a moment. I seriously wonder, how is it that Mario has the exact information necessary to create the proper contact lenses? Did that person just write down that information on like a piece of paper and just hand it to Mario before rushing to the ends of the gate? And started blocking it like a frickin' crook? Your guess is as good as mine. Gee, fella, I'm sorry. We don't have any in stock right now. Tough luck, I know. I can special order one right away for you, but it'll take a while. Check back soon, okay? Sure thing. Sounds good to me. Okay. So the thing about this game... actually, I haven't really gone over everything in this menu yet. You may have noticed the regular familiar action spots. Here are Mario's boots, his hammer. You can view Mario's current level here. His HP, FP, and BP, they make a return. And you also can see new information over here, such as the star point counter that you have, the number of coins you have in your possession star pieces, your playtime, and one other option known as Shine Sprites. Shine Sprites will come into play a little bit later, but regardless, this is how you're going to be upgrading your party in this game. So instead of finding super blocks and upgrading your party right then and there, you have to acquire Shine Sprites in order to level them up respectively. So again, something worth mentioning. And when you're leveling up a party member, they will not only get stronger by means of increased attack power, increased stats overall, increased HP, but they also gain some new abilities. It depends on who you upgrade and when you upgrade them. Also Star Piece, because potatoes. Yep, Star Pieces are back. And as far as what they're used for in this game, they're actually used for something rather interesting. We'll get into that a little bit later. Let's take a look around the inn, see if we can gather some information. Ah! What are you doing? Sneaking up on a person that he sings most jovially. Whom you ask about? Ah, I'm called Flavio. I am, how you say, a trader. The richest man in Rogueport. He'll definitely come into play later. Much later, to be exact. Welcome to the Lone Refuge Inn in this port of filthiness. Our beds will soothe your soul. It only costs 5 coins to spend the night. Would you care for a bed? No thanks. Come again. So yeah, unlike the last game where you can stay in inns for free, this time you have to pay up. And depending on where you are, you do have to pay more money to stay in an inn depending on the location. So here, it's only a measly 5 coins, which is not a big deal. But as we go through later parts of the game, oh dear, it's gonna be something. It's gonna cost you practically an arm and a leg to stay at places. Open at 11 a.m. today. I don't know if that's an actual time, or if you do have to progress through the story in order to open up that shop. That shop is known as the Badge Shop. Yeah, there's a badge shop in this game. You can buy badges with coins. Also, here's a noose. I said the moose. I'll wrap him in the noose. We support the death penalty. Okay, I don't even know what I'm saying here. Alright, let's hit this, save our progress, and get going. Hit this block to save all the events you've experienced so far. Even if your game ends, you can continue it from the last point you saved at. Anytime you find a block like this on your adventure, be sure to save progress. Very important. And yes, let's save progress up to this point, and bada bing, bada boom, we're done. By the way, if you want to bring up your stats, just push the Z button, and each of the icons on the left here, such as gear, party, journal, and one other option, can easily be shortcutted. You can just push a certain corresponding button on the D-pad to bring up that particular option. So down brings up the journal, left brings up your gear, and up brings up party members. Right on the D-pad brings up one other option, which we will get into shortly. Whoa! Whoops! Pardon me, sucker! Hey! What's your beef, pal? Hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Mario, you gotta wake up! That guy just stole half of your coins! Well, shit! That is so lame! Ugh, I hate this town! Again, you have not been to Baltimore. It's way worse. By the way, you can get your money back of which was stolen from you by heading back here and then heading over to this suspicious looking hut. Hey, you! Oops! Fancy meeting you here. You're pretty dang persistent, buddy. What a pain. Fine, okay, you got me. I'll give you your coins back. Here. Thanks, asshole. Let me give you a newsflash. Even the innocent-looking people in this town are thieves. So don't come grumbling to me about losing a little pocket change, okay, buddy? Too bad. Also, believe it or not, this entire room is censored in the international release. In this room, like in the very center of the room, lies an outline of a dead body. So why was that removed in the international release? I guess to lighten up the mood just a little bit, to make it so, hey, nobody died here, it's just a really shitty town. Enough said. But regardless though, this place is not exactly the nicest of places, just saying. But yeah, you can easily get your money back just by talking to that thief there. I don't know why he just gave up the coin so easily. Usually they would try to mug you and fight you for it. It is what it is. I guess because they knew of Mario and his stance and just the fact that he can honestly kick everyone's asses any day of the frickin' week. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. Not sure how that works, but anywho, it is what it is. Ooh, sweet. So, one thing I'm gonna go ahead and mention right now, I know it's been quite a while since I've last streamed, and I'm mentioning this about 42 minutes in. But, yeah, like I said, it has been a while since I last streamed anything, period. And the reason for that is quite simple. I first had a vacation, and then after that, something happened. And I don't want to go into details as to what happened. It's way too personal. And I just needed time to heal. Thankfully, I have healed. I'm basically back to my normal self again. And everything seems to be better, at least for right now. And we're just going to move on from the pain of which was caused. So, yeah, again, respect my privacy. I just don't want the public to know what happened exactly. I don't want to get into details, as it's not necessary. I only want my family to know about it, and we're just going to keep it that way. So, with that being said, let's head in here. Hello? Oh, hi! There you are, Professor Frankly. What? Who's there? Who wants me? Ah, yes, you. Now you, I've seen your face before. Yes, that face. Wait for it. Just a moment. Don't tell me now. Silence! I'll get it right. It's not Goombriel. It's not Elgazoom. Aha! I got it! You're Goombella, aren't you? You were in my archaeology class last year, am I right? Well, yes, sir. That's me. I'm Goombella, a junior at UGoom. Go Goombas! Of course, I remember you. Not to toot my horn, but I'm pretty good at remembering. Not too sure about that, but hey, I'm in the same boat. I'm very bad with remembering names. I can remember faces very well, and directions to certain locations and destinations I practically have a photographic memory of, but remembering names of people, that's a different issue entirely. You, though, you stick out in my mind because you were such an exceptional student. Now that guy behind you is... Who? Mario, Professor, he's Mario. You know, the famous one? The Super Mario. Oh, my apologies. I'm such a bookworm. I haven't a clue about what's hip right now. Don't dab on me, dude. Or do the Fortnite dance. Seriously, just don't do it. You'll hurt yourself. In any case, what sort of errand brings you to all the way to a place like this? We were hoping you'd tell us about the legendary treasure said to be below Rogueport. I thought that if anyone knew anything about it, you would, Professor Frankly. Of course I know about it. The reason I came here was to study that very subject. But why do you tykes want to learn about the legendary treasure? You know that mostly says it's a little more than a fairy tale, don't you? Although the burning question on everyone's mind is, do fairies have tails? It's one of nature's mysteries. Let's get on with it. Archaeologists and historians have to search for the truth in those fairy tales, though. Me, I believe the legendary treasure truly does exist, and I really want to find it. Good point, and well made. In that case, I'll cooperate with you however I can. First of all, about the treasure, there are many mysteries surrounding it. Some say it's an infinitely vast treasure hoard, while others say it's a magical item. Some books say it's actually a monster, while still others claim it's an empty chest. So many different theories, obviously, it's impossible to divine the truth among them. But all agree on one point. To find the treasure, one must have the crystal stars. To find the treasure of yore, take the 7 crystal stars to the 1,000-year door. You mean the crystal stars in that old saying that super elderly people pass down from generation to generation? Indeed, the same. As the saying goes, if you want to find the legendary treasure, you first must collect the 7 crystal stars. Hold the magical map afloat before the entrance to the 1,000-year door. Then the stars will light the way that leads to the stones of yesterday. Yeah. A lot of the lore I've read says that if the magical map is taken to the doorway, then it'll show you where to find the crystal stars. Correct! And the 1,000-year door is supposedly here, deep beneath this town. Yet the critical pieces of the puzzle, the magical map, is lost. If only I had that map. But we do have it, Professor. Or, well, not we exactly. Mario has the map. What? Humbly, really? You actually have it. Could I just take a quick look at it, if you don't mind? Sure, here you go. Astounding! This is it! The real thing! The one and only magical map! And it's not one that dances and sings and tells you that it's the frickin' map! And it doesn't lead you to its destination in like 3 separate directions. Just saying. It's a good kind of map. Not the dancing singing one, if you know what I mean, wink wink. You son are my hero! You're great, fantastic, wonderful even! With this, we can find the crystal stars just by holding this afloat before the legendary door. Or aloft, my mistake. Right on, Professor. Good golly, what are we doing just sitting here then? Goombella, Mario, off we must go this instant. Let's take the magical map to the legendary door. Alright, off we go. I bet you don't know this rotten old thing came off, did you, eh? Off it goes. Into the abyss, never to be seen again. We can use this pipe to get down under the city streets. Come on, both of you, let's get moving. Alright, we'll get moving. Oh wait, hang on a second. Mario, something just occurred to me. What is it, Professor? I'm fairly certain there are quite a few hoodlums below, so keep your guard up. No shit, Sherlock. You two do know about your action commands, don't you? Of course. Really? A master, are you? Maybe you ought to practice them once just to be safe? Sure, we might as well. Positively shocking! In that case, you ought to take a second to learn them. We'll have a little practice session. Goombella, you can be Mario's opponent. What? Me? Are you nuts? Oh, jeez. Okay. I'll do my best, I guess. Okay, let's get into this. First, we'll practice the jump action command. That's okay with both of you? Choose the jump command and choose which enemy you'll attack. No duh. When you choose your target, the action command details appear below there and are slightly transparent before you execute the command, so you can clearly read up on what it does and what you're supposed to do and how to execute it before actually doing the command. So that way you don't go in completely blindfolded. Right there, Mario, just before you land on your enemy. Press A again. You know, you did it right when Nice appears. You can do more damage this way. Now it's your turn to attack Goombella. Shake a leg. Okay, here it goes, Mario. Hold up. Right there, Mario. Press A just before the enemy strikes you. You did a guard action command. Guarding well will reduce the damage you take. But listen, you can't just guard repeatedly. Tap A. You can't just repeatedly tap A to guard. That will not work. Oh, and remember this. The action command changes depending on the attack. Better stay on your toes. Anyway, let's practice the hammer action commands. Once you choose the enemy, you're going to attack Mario. Tilt and hold left on the analog stick. Release the stick as soon as the star lights up. Another rousing action command success. How did that feel, Mario? Got a pretty good grasp on action commands now? Excellent! Now for a real treat. I'll teach you a really incredible technique. Goombella, try to attack Mario one more time. You got it, Professor. Freeze right there, Mario. This time, press B just before the enemy attack lands. Youch! See? You turned the foe's attack back on him. I mean her. That's a super guard. If you do a super guard with B, you take no damage and damage your enemy in return. But super guards are harder to do than standard A guards. Choose wisely between them. And that concludes Action Commands 101. Sorry, professional humor. How'd that go over? Would you like to practice your action commands a bit more? Nah, I got it. I expect nothing less, Mario. You're a quick learner. You're already a pro, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I played this game countless times already. Well, I do believe now we're all set for our quest, huh? So down below we go. Up onto the pipe and tilt down to enter the pipe. And it's literally as simple as that. So the thing about the guard commands between the regular guard command and super guard is that the timing for regular guard commands is pretty great. Like, it has a pretty large margin of error. And I'm not exactly sure how many frames you have, but it is a pretty substantial amount. Super guards, on the other hand, are more frame-perfect executions than they are when it comes to regular guarding. So super guards should only be done if you're absolutely confident that you're going to block the attack. So again, sometimes it's more worth it to guard an attack with the A button than it is to try to execute a super guard. Because if you fail a super guard, then you just take the regular amount of damage. So, figure I throw that out there. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go. Oh, one more thing worth noting is that Professor Frankly will not teach you anything about the stylish commands. Which, again, you kind of have to figure that out on your own. Which is kind of lame, but again, it is what it is. Let's take a look over here first before we move on. Ooh, what a strange place. Who are you? Ah, ha, ha! Welcome, Mario. I am Mervily, the lovely fortune teller. Seeing with my amazing abilities that which you seek is my humble job. The light of the shining stars will light of which I wish to see. Aha! So, shall I see something for you? She can see your next path, so if you need to know where you need to go to next, you can select this option for merely 2 coins. For 5 coins, you can view the location of a single star piece, or for 10 coins, you can reveal a shine sprite location. Which, honestly, those are not very bad for prices, but back in the days, these would be pretty invaluable since internet was still in its infancy, and we still had AOL, aka American Online, and dial-up, and it was just a piece of shit back in the day. But now that we have like broadband, fiber optics, and 5G mobile hotspots and stuff of that nature, this information is no longer really valid, or really you don't even need to pay up for any of this information. Unless you're one of those people who does not have access to the internet, in which case it still has some value there. Or if you just refuse to look anything up, that's entirely up to you, whatever floats your boat. Aha! Is that so? Well, if there's ever anything you want to find, just ask. Okay. I'll be sure to keep that in mind, even though, again, that's not really needed, especially in today's day and age, in 2019. Just saying. Alright. Hey, man, what's up? Who's the hottie you got there with you? What's up, buddy? Why don't you hang with us for a while? We play real nice. Man, what's a fine-looking Goomba doing with a tubby mustache man like that? Oh, it's like so sweet that you boys think I'm cute. Seriously. Yeah, you guys make me feel like total barf bags. Now get out of our way. Ow! Well, that was cold. What? You're too good for us? Come off it, sister. Nobody zigs us like that. Nobody! Let's get him! Oh dear. A Goomba. A Goomba, a Spiny Goomba, and a Paragoomba. My, the whole Goomba family tree. The only one I should warn you about is the fellow in the middle, the Spiny Goomba. See that spike on his head? Well, jump on that and you're the one who'll take damage. The Paragoomba is airborne, so your hammer won't reach him. You'll have to jump for him. Or you can use a certain badge which allows you to just throw your hammer like a frickin' hammer bro. Just saying. Always take your opponent's situations into consideration when fighting. Always. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you something vital. You can press Y to change the order you to attack in. You can attack first if you feel like it, Goombella. Don't forget that. Honestly, that's not a bad idea, so that way we can get some valuable information on some of our enemies here in hand. So let's go ahead and take a look at the good old Goomba first. That's a Goomba. Yeah, I'm one of those, in case you hadn't noticed. No duh. It says here, Goombas are underlings of underlings, and it's totally rude. Their maximum HP is 2, they have an attack power of 1 and a defense of 0. Okay, so basically they're just your typical run-of-the-mill early game enemies of which you can just pound into the frickin' ground super easily. Well, this is gonna be good. So this is kind of a new mechanic where occasionally enemies in battle will carry items and or badges. If an enemy carries either one of those items, there is a chance you could either, if you're fast enough, knock them out of their hands and just take the item for yourself, or in some cases, even if you manage to pull it off, you may not even get that item and or badge in the first place. So, again, kind of lame, but it is what it is. Anywho, I know I can just take action and just attack the Spiky Goomba right now, but I do want to show off one new item that is available in Tactics. Other than the previous commands of Run Away, which was in the first Paper Mario, the Do Nothing command has been replaced by Defend. Defend will allow you to increase your defenses temporarily for the turn. So for one turn, you can defend yourself and reduce the amount of damage you take by 1. So, pretty nice if you're trying to brace yourself for an attack that's coming up relatively soon. Again, pretty useful. That's a Spiky Goomba, a spiky-headed Goomba. What a creative name. That spike is super pointy, so it's better to hit it with a hammer than jump on it. Duh. Maximum HP is 2, attack is 2, defense is 0. The addition of the spike means you'll hurt your feet if you jump on it. Duh. Of course. Good night. Alright, let's take a look at you. That's a Paragoomba, basically a Goomba with wings. I'm jealous. Maximum HP is 2, attack is 1, defense is 0. You can't hammer it while it's flying, but rough it up and it'll totally plummet. And also strip its wings completely. Good night. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Had a little bit of a rough spot with the sleepy sheep, but it is what it is. Owie! Later on, losers. That felt awesome. Are you ready, Mario? There are plenty more where that came from, and they'll all have it in for us. When they attack, try to hammer them or jump on them while in the field. Attack successfully, and you can perform a first strike when you enter battle. So if an enemy catches sight of you, be sure to thump them as soon as you go into battle. Of course. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. By the way, it's possible to skip that first fight with the Goomba trio, but it's only possible in the Japanese version, and at this point in time, I think it's a TAS-only trick. As far as I'm aware, it might be humanly possible, though I could be wrong. But it is very difficult to pull off, and the jump is incredibly precise. Again, Japanese only. So, again, something to keep in mind. Nighty night, Mr. Goomba. Okay, so something worth noting is, oh hi, how you doing? Alrighty then, that was easy. Okay, back to what I was saying. Also, hello, Scrazzy Steven? I'm not sure if I read that right, but regardless, welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. Ooh, just what I needed. Got an item. You can use items to attack enemies and replenish your hard points. Press start/pause to choose the item of your gear screen to see your items. Definitely needed. Here you go. Okay. Let's get this party started. And say goodnight. By the way, it's possible to skip through that if you mash A fast enough at the end of that screen. So, that's pretty nice. Quite a strange room. Well, unfortunately you can't really do much in this room at this point in time. Unless you know a frame-perfect maneuverability trick, where upon exiting the room and jumping into the water, you'll be able to essentially trick the game to respawn you at the very center of the room rather than where you came from. So that's the fun thing about this game, is if you go for a swim in the water like this, ow! Apparently it hurts Mario, so why that is, I have no clue. I don't get it. It even affects swimming pools in like a residential neighborhood, which makes absolutely zero sense. Just saying. Not exactly a fun time. Oh, hello, how y'all doing? By the way, striking enemies first, that can also happen to you, so be sure to keep that in mind. Unless you acquire a certain badge and equip it. The badge, I think, is, I can't remember the exact name, but it does prevent first strikes of enemies. So, if you're fearful for getting struck into the ground by first strikes and you're bad at it, equip the badge and you'll be fine. Alright, let's take a look at this Spinya. That's a Spinya. a totally weird creature made of thin, papery boards. It certainly looks unique. Nobody knows much about these creatures, actually. Max HP is 3, attack is 1, defense is 0. Its attacks are super swift, but it should be pretty easy. Just give him a yeah! Okay. Also, first striking them gives you a pretty big advantage against them, too. Especially if they're alone, as you can prevent them from attacking altogether, which is a good thing, and is definitely needed. However, most of the time these guys do tend to appear in groups. Alright, let's see what Goombella can do. By the way, executing her stylish command is really damn difficult and requires some damn good timing. Almost frame perfect, but not quite. But even so, Goombella's regular stylish command is one of the more difficult things to execute in the game, but again, well worth it if you can manage to pull it off. Okay. Before we head into that next room there, I noticed this black key just laying around about. It's a strange black key, but what could it be for? Could it be to open up a black chest of magical magnitude? Or could it be to unleash some sort of mystical curse that will completely ruin our day? Only way to find out is right now. Whoa! Hey, you! Can you hear me? You can? Then that must mean you're the hero of legend. Really? Only the great hero of legend can hear my voice. Yeah, everyone else, nothing. See, long ago, an evil spirit cast a curse on me, locking me in this box. I was bummed. I've been here ever since, waiting a long, long time for the hero to come by. So, yeah, anyway, big guy, what brings a hero like you to a place like this? Mario, a word with you. I'm not exactly confident that we can trust this box. I think it may be best not to mention that we're looking for the crystal stars. Well, drat. Dum-dum. I just said it out loud. What's wrong with me? Good question. Oh yeah, searching for the crystal stars, are you now? So you really are a hero. Well, you're definitely gonna need my help if you help to get through those bad boys. Well, so, first you should look for the key to this box, then use it to let me out, definitely. By the way, the key looks like this. Okay, glad we picked that up. Well, what do you think we ought to do, Mario? Well, I know my vote goes to you finding that key. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Come on, being stuck at the box is no picnic. I'm counting on you, oh great legendary hero. Do you know what kind of legendary hero I am? That's the question. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You brought the key? Yes! Oh, I mean, I know you big! Alright. Yes! Thank nothing! Whee! Fools! Oh dear. What have we unleashed? Oh boy! You fell for it! I burned you! What, you think I was gonna help you? Instead, I'm gonna spread a little of the suffering I've endured in that stupid box. Yeah, sorry, but those are the breaks. I'm gonna cast an evil, terrible curse upon you! Boogly woogly woo! You're cursed! Enjoy that curse, sucker! You got what you deserved! You want to hear about the sweet curse I just dropped? Then listen well. From now on, if you press Y in certain areas, you'll turn into a paper airplane. Whee! Trembling yet? Suffer the rest of your days under my terrible curse. Whee! Oh, I can't help but chortle. You're doomed. This curse is pretty rough, I guess, so I suppose I owe it to you to explain it. Ready? If you stand on an airplane panel like this one, the floor will start to glow. Yeah, okay, you're on the panel. Now try pressing Y, and then BAM! You're a paper airplane. The worst part of this curse is that you must tilt left and right to control yourself. I guess if you got good at it, you might fly a long way, but that's the only good thing. So be honest, isn't this curse just about the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Yeah, I get it, it's terrible. If you press B, you might return to normal, maybe. Farewell, you foolish fools! So, wow. Just wow. What was that guy's beef? Where is the beef exactly? That's something I'd like to know. Good God, my throat is killing me. Alright. Time to make use of this newly found wonderful curse that has been casted upon me. It really isn't that bad. In fact, there's several others like it that we're going to be coming across throughout the course of our adventure. So, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Oh ho ho! Mario Goombella! Look at that! It's the 1,000-year door spoken of in legends. I can't believe it's real. So the legends are all true. There it is, big as life. Come, let's move closer. Okay. How close do you want me to move it towards exactly? That is the million-dollar question. By the way, there is one more thing worth noting, and that is, in the previous Paper Mario, you had the ability to enhance your movement by spinning around to and fro. Well, you can't do that in this game, unfortunately, which is kind of lame. Hey, what's the deal with this weird pedestal, huh? What could it be, do you think? That's a good question. It's not like the door will open for us anytime soon, so might as well step on this and watch the fireworks. Professor, what's going on? Oh my. Looks like the map is reacting. That's a real beauty. But, excuse me. Wow. Looks like a new location just appeared on our map. The location of a crystal star has been recorded on your magical map. And Mario has learned a special move. You can now use Sweet Treat. Each time you get a crystal star, you'll learn a new special move. With one exception. More on that later. Professor, the map! And what's with all these crazy lights? It appears that information related to the locations of the crystal stars appeared. And that shining light, it looks as if a mysterious power was given to Mario. Well, one way or another, we should return to my place and study the map closely. I wonder what there is to study exactly, other than the location. Aha! I see! You understand it, Professor? My dear, of course I do. Firstly, about that light we saw shining on Mario. By my reckoning, Mario can now perform what is known as a special move. A special move? Yes, well, stuff like this is better explained by example rather than words. Would you like to try it out? Sure, let's give it a shot. Excellent! In that case, we'll go outside since this place is a little cramped. Makes sense. Alright, let's give this a shot. First, take a look at your star power gauge. And that is displayed on the bottom of your regular status bar. You'll see that your gauge has one power dot. Obviously, that's a single unit of power. So you're sitting on a single dot of star power with me so far. When you have star power available, you can use a special move. Try using Sweet Treat now. It's a special move that will replenish your HP and FP. Alright, let's give it a shot. Okay, so this move, how this works is you want to try to aim for hearts as well as flowers. The character icons are representing of certain characters. Goombella's icon represents hers. Yours is obviously Mario. The flower is flowers, aka FP. And finally, the poison mushrooms will stun you temporarily if you hit them. So that's something to keep in mind. Since you used one power dot, the star power gauge is now empty. Take a look. Of course, I kind of figured that out already, genius. Even if the gauge empties out, though, you can still charge it up again. That's why the audience watching your battle is so important. Hey guys, how's it going? If you can get the audience excited, you'll build up more star power. Let me show you what I mean, Mario. Mario, Goombella, try to attack me, please. Okay, sure. Nice! See that? You thrilled your audience, so they filled up some of your gauge. Speaking of gauge, even if you do a stylish command during the tutorial, you'll still receive the same amount of star power as you normally would just by executing the action command. However, outside of this tutorial, you will earn additional star power. So again, stylish commands are always worth it to go for if you're running low on star power. Okay, so I accidentally skipped that out. I think he was just saying that for every action you do successfully, you'll fill up your star gauge. You also may notice a icon that just appeared on the top right. Well, that icon is essentially a slot machine. So there are a couple of different symbols that can appear, each representing of a certain action. A shine sprite, if you get 2 of those, will activate a slot machine. And the slot machine, if you happen to execute it properly and get all 3 shine sprites within that slot machine, then your HP, FP, and star power will be completely refilled. If you get like 3 hearts, then that will refill your HP completely. 3 flowers will restore your FP. I think there's a star one as well that replenishes all of your star power, though I could be wrong in that regard. And finally, there's the poison mushroom. The poison mushroom, you do not want to get 3 of those at all. If you get 3 of those, your HP, FP, star power will all be cut in half, and your audience will essentially clear out the entire area. So in other words, your audience count will just drop to 0. So that is something worth mentioning. Definitely don't want to get poison mushrooms ever. Nice! Keep building up that star power. Also, the more exciting your battles are, the more people will come to watch you fight. As you can see, that's reflected in the number of members in this audience. Right now, we have 16 members in this audience. Mario, this is your chance. Hit it big. And what does he mean by that? Nail an action command when you have 2 matching icons and icon wheels appear. give it a try. Since this is a tutorial, you're always going to get this win. No matter what. But most of the time, you just kind of have to get lucky. Fantastic! You mastered 3 icons, or matched 3 icons, my mistake. When you match those icons, the crowd goes nuts and people swarm the theater. Plus, depending on the icons you match up, your HP, FP, or star power will be filled up, or all 3. But if you get 3 poison mushrooms, something terrible will happen, so be careful. And like I mentioned, it essentially wipes your stats in half and will force the audience to leave in disgust. Still with me? The more people in your audience, the more star power you can get. You can also use the appeal command to get star power. I hope you memorized all this. I already have, buddy. I already have. Great Goomba's ghost! Mario, look at your audience! Looks like someone's pissed. Does that guy have a hammer? He does, that blum! That he means to toss it at you. If the audience members hit you with anything, you'll take damage, obviously. Only 1 damage, though. You have to press X to stop them before they hit you. That's right, sweet justice! You can press X to protect yourself from the objects the audience throws at you. Of course, fans of yours might toss good stuff like coins. Don't attack them. Well, that's all I got. Here ends my scintillating lecture of special moves. Let's go back inside. Sounds good to me. Let's have a look at that magical map and see what we can learn about the... Wow! Astounding! The map has radar-like functions, and now shows the location of a crystal star. It looks like the first crystal star is to be found in a place called Petal Meadows. Petal Meadows? Yes. The area is a vast meadow that lies far to the east of Rogueport. To tell you the truth, I've always thought that place was a tad suspicious. The name Petal Meadows came up from time to time in my research. Okay, fine, we'll go there. Does anybody know how to get there or what? I'm fairly certain that somewhere beneath the city is a pipe to Petal Meadows. If you could just find that, you'll get there instantly. Pipe travel's efficient. So it is. Say, by the way, Mario, I'm curious, where did you get that mapping anyway? From Princess Peach? Really? Her Highness sent this to you, Mario. This Princess Peach. This wouldn't be her, would it? Oh my, yes. How do you know her? So it is her. Your princess came to see me the other day. She wanted to learn about the treasure. I told her about the crystal stars and my suspicions about Petal Meadows. It doesn't seem likely, but perhaps she tried to go to Petal Meadows on her own. You know, Professor, there was another suspicious group asking about the same thing. But I can't imagine Princess Peach getting involved with them. Alright, it's settled. Off to Petal Meadows you go. You two go. If Princess Peach indeed went there, your first priority must be to catch up with her. Collecting the crystal stars is a means to an end, and that end is Princess Peach. Of course. Pretty sure she got kidnapped again. But by whom? Aren't you coming, Professor? No, I'll stay in town and ask around about Princess Peach and that suspicious gang. Besides, I doubt a shriveled old Goomba like me could handle the trials of the road. I wouldn't be so sure about that because there is a way to bring Professor Franklin with you on your adventure using some frame-perfect tricks and well-timed executions of certain moves and movements. It's really, really difficult, but it is kind of funny to see Professor Franklin moving around with you from place to place. This also applies to one other character, which we will be encountering later on in our adventure. Of course, if anything happens and you need some advice, come see me, okay? You got it, Professor. Well, Mario, we're off. One more thing before we head out. This yellow trash can is rather important. If you happen to miss a tattle of a boss, and one of which you will never be able to encounter again, their tattle information will be placed in this yellow bin, and if you happen to scan this bin and grab the information, it will be automatically added to your journal. So, that's pretty nice. Wait just a moment! Hello, thank you for the power smash, buddy. Hammer a single enemy using lots of attack power. Bullshit. Mario, it's scary out there. Take this with you. It's called a badge, and it is incredibly helpful. You see, depending on the badge you have equipped, you'll get much more powerful. Very true. What's important is knowing what the effects will be when you first equip a badge. Would you like to practice equipping and removing badges? No thanks. Are you absolutely sure this is the last time I'll ask? Do you want practice? No. By the way, you need flower points, aka FP, to use the power smash move. In battle, you should watch not only your HP, but FP too. Did you get all that? Well, here's hoping you find that pipe to pedal metals. Thanks, man. So, right on the D-pad now has a function, and it is a shortcut to all badges that you have in your possession. Each badge requires a certain amount of BP to equip, and you can increase your BP by means of unequipping unnecessary badges, or by means of leveling up in battle and selecting BP to upgrade. So, speaking of levels, in the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, unlike the last game where the level cap was at level 26, where everything can be perfectly balanced, in this game, Mario's level can go up to level 99. However, you cannot maximize all three stats at once. You can't maximize both HP, FP, and BP at the same time. You have to sacrifice some things in order to fully optimize your playstyle. So, what I mean is, say for example, you're someone who loves using badges a lot. Well, you're going to be using a large majority of those level ups to increase your BP, while your HP and FP are probably going to be left to be desired. But, again, if you're more of your playstyle is more akin to balance, then leveling up HP, FP, and BP to be more in line with each other is honestly not a bad strategy, and it works. If you specialize in using special moves with badges in Tangent, then that's another way you can play through the game as well. So, in the original Paper Mario, the maximum amount of HP and FP you can have naturally by leveling up is 50, and the amount of BP you can have naturally by leveling up is 30. However, in this game, HP and FP can be raised to 999, while BP can go up, I believe, up to a maximum of 99. So, that is pretty interesting. And for each HP and FP level up, they go up by 5, while BP raises that by 3 for every increment. So, again, something worth mentioning. Alright, let's check out the badge shop. Welcome, welcome! Feel free to look around. That's the badge manager at the lovely House of Badges. From a manager, she sure is gone from the store a lot. Where do you think she goes? This shop's small, but it's totally adorable. She really knows how to decorate. I have to agree. So, welcome to the badge shop. This place you can go to and buy badges that are on the shelf. This guy here allows you to not only get some information about badges or about the shop in general, you can actually sell unnecessary badges here. And you can also choose to buy badges off the list. Special deals are the ones that are displayed on the counter in front, while others is displayed in the list. The ones on the list typically are more expensive than those on the counter, So that's something to keep in mind. But with the list, you do get access to more badges at once. So that's pretty nice. So on the shelf we have Last Stampede, Last Stand, Piercing Blow, Power Jump, and FP Drain. So Piercing Blow, let's see what this does. It delivers damage that pierces enemy defenses. This is especially true for armored enemies, with one exception. And only one exception. Well, actually 2 exceptions, but you get the point. This pierces basically 99.8% of enemy defenses. So this is an incredibly powerful and useful badge, and highly recommended that you pick this up as soon as it becomes available. Plus, it only requires 1 BP to equip, so definitely well worth your time. And it only requires 2 FP to use, so if you run across an armored enemy that has high defenses, break out that the Piercing Blow move and go to town and wreck some face. I could buy another badge, but I'm actually going to save my money for one specific badge, and I want to actually try this in this playthrough. At a certain point later on, then again, I might not even have enough money for this, but okay. Not just yet. I was thinking that I could buy the contact lens here, but I can't quite do that yet, which makes sense. I think you can only buy the contact lens after Chapter 1. After Chapter 1 is complete. So, that's something worth mentioning. Then again, maybe it's purchasable after the prologue is done and you start Chapter 1. Though I could be wrong. I wonder what's over here. Whoa, 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 hold up now, you're an outsider. Past this point is the turf of Innail, head of the Robos. It's 10 coins to pass through. You try to pass without paying, and I'm afraid I'll have to whip your butt good. Whip you butt good. You can pay to pass through, however, once you go off screen, you have to pay again. And if you choose not to pay, then he'll just say, get lost, and you can, just simply be on your merry way. Or you have a third option, and you can actually fight him. What? You gotta be kidding me. You think you can fight your way through here? I'm gonna make you eat your words though, guy. Let's get this party started. So this guy is optional to fight, and it's recommended to wait until you, until at least you complete the first chapter before you choose to take this guy on. And if you feel like you've made a mistake and you haven't saved in a while, there's no shame in running away. So that's something worth mentioning. But I'm going to try to fight this guy and do as much damage as I possibly can to wreck his face in. That was awesome. Ooh, okay. That was interesting. So, depending on your actions, you may end up destroying bits and pieces of the background prop. So, all battles take place on a stage. So, kind of like in Super Mario Bros. 3, how the entire adventure is just a play. So, if you happen to slam your hammer down like super hard on the ground, or if certain other actions are taken which shake the ground greatly, then background pieces may fall, and you will have to time your A press to guard it. Otherwise, you'll take 1 damage. Other enemies, thankfully, you don't have to worry about that. They'll still take damage unless their defense is at least 1. So, that's something worth mentioning. That's Gus. He's super annoyed and tries to take tolls from everyone. Max HP is 20, attack is 3, defense is 0. All in all, he's pretty tough. Oh, and I told you a million times, that pointy spear of his hurts if you stomp on it. I wonder if this guy watches people past 365 days a year. Talk about a workaholic. Good question. By the way, like I said, this guy is pretty damn strong. But it may be worth it to actually try to fight him early on, so that way you can, That way you can gain some well-needed experience at the very start. And since this guy technically is carrying a spear, do not send Goombella out to fight. Instead, just either have her appeal to the audience or defend. It depends solely on the amount of star power that you have in your possession. Keep this in mind. Oh, nice! Well, this was definitely not needed. At least this helps with bringing the audience up. By the way, if you happen to increase your audience count by means of bingo, then that audience doesn't stay for the next battle. Instead, it basically falls onto... it falls back to whatever it was previously before bingo occurred. Ha! That hurt? You have no chance of beating me. Trust me, you better run. Yeah, if you don't, seriously, it'll be game over for you. You can choose to run from your tactics menu. Sometimes it's best to run. I'd say bite me, asshole. I'm standing true and proud. So if you're out of items, don't be afraid to use your special moves to try and restore not only your HP, but also your FP too. Definitely well worth it if you possibly can. Oh, that stinks. Well, that definitely helps a lot. Fully restored, just the way I like it. So what the appeal command does is it'll still use up a turn, but it will restore a great amount of star power. And depending on what badges you have equipped, you can restore even more power by appealing. So that's pretty nice and not a bad tactic if you need to restore star power very quickly. And again, stylish commands are your friends. So, one thing worth noting is deciding on whether or not to guard or super guard depends on the kinds of attacks at which the enemies throw at you. If they throw their weapons, such as a spear for example, it's best to do a regular guard versus a super guard. So, even though super guard prevents all damage, it doesn't hurt the enemy because they technically attacked you from a distance. Again, whatever floats your boat. Later, Gus. Bada bing, bada boom, his goose is cooked. Crud! You dumb video game heroes always pull this stuff. It's ridiculous! You think violence solves everything, don't you? Huh? Don't you? Well, technically yes in the video game realm, but not in real life. Unless you know for a fact that you can take someone on, even if it's by means of diplomatic measures or by other means. So again, pretty nice. Nice that we got a pretty good experience boost, and we were able to just simply clean up Gus no problem. Again, Gus is pretty strong for early game, so only go in if you know what you're doing. Since I played through this game many times over, I know exactly what I was getting into. And again, always a good idea to save your progress as often as possible. This way you can make sure you're fully prepared for the worst if it does occur and happen, which can happen unexpectedly in the worst ways possible. Anyway, before we go on, there is that new area that has opened up, and after defeating Gus, he'll no longer be charging tolls and won't be there any longer. So, that's pretty nice. Door's locked from the inside. That's peculiar. What's behind here? This is the Trouble Center. I'm out of the office. Please come again. So, the Trouble Center. That acts as the game's side quests. So, throughout the course of the game, depending on story progression, you'll be able to take on optional tasks known as troubles. Each trouble corresponds to a certain character and client depending on where you have to go. Some tasks require you to go all around the world to do some menial task, and other ones require you to do mainly fetch quests, such as get an item for someone at location X, bring them back to Y, and it's just it is kind of fun, actually, and you can get some pretty nice rewards out of it, such as knowledge, coins, or even badges that can help you throughout the course of your adventure. And throughout the course of the game, I will be taking on these troubles, and I will be tackling them all. So that is something I'm going to go ahead and mention right then and there. Let's see what's in here. That thing's kind of soggy. Let's smack it. Bloop, bloop. Ouch! That hurts! Oh dear! It's a blooper! It's a COD sniper! Good God, we're all dead! We're all frickin' dead. Who just up-whacked someone's tootsie like that? Somebody with some serious moxie, that's who. Bloop. Would you look at that? It's some saucy mustached guy. He's in a world of hurt. I'll give him a taste of the old tentacle trample. Hey Mario, you remember what Professor Frankly told us, right? You can press Y to change our attack order. If your HP drops, you can press Y to put me in front. Of course, that's understandable. Also, Luigi's in the audience, so that's pretty funny. Considering he didn't really come along with us. That's a blooper, and a really super humongous one too. Ew! It's all slimy! Just give him a sniper and you're basically doomed. I just totally can't stand slimy, nasty, icky things. Gross. Gross. Max HP is 12, attack is 1, defense is 0. It attacks with a tentacle and ink. With tentacles and ink. Once you damage both of its tentacles, it'll fall down and then attack, and it's attack time. By the way, the tentacles each have 3 HP. Now relax and house on that slimy, nasty blooper. Just, again, for the love of God, don't give it a sniper. Don't give it a sniper rifle, otherwise your goose is cooked. Well, damn. That was messy. Okay. About what I expected. Ouch. By the way, here's a little fun fact for you. In the Japanese version of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, there are some attacks in which you cannot guard. However, in the international release, you can guard all attacks. So, again, something worth mentioning. So, this blooper here really isn't that difficult whatsoever. Just give him a few smacks, and he'll drop to the ground like nothing. Ow! Okay, that was unexpected. Occasionally, lights from the stage will drop down, and again, it comes down unexpectedly. Sometimes, though, it can grant you the effects of shock. In other words, if an enemy attacks you physically, then they'll receive damage in return. So, pretty nice. Pretty nice to have. Goodbye. Bloop. Go back to the Blue Panther, boo, dude. Why did I say boo? I don't know. I guess because I'm a genius. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. By the way, one thing worth mentioning that's kind of weird is, if partners fall into the water but you don't, they don't receive any damage. And even if you do fall in the water and they jump in with you, they also don't receive damage. Why is that? I have no clue. Anywho, let's start Chapter 1. Castle and Dragon. Seems innocent enough. Well, here we are. Welcome to Petal Meadows. Well, here we are, the Petal Meadows, where folks say a crystal star hides. Woohoo! Here we go, Mario! The start of our adventure. This is completely awesome. By the way, this area here was featured in the demo of Paper Mario 2, which was this game's original title. So, a long time ago when demo discs were a thing, this area right here, this whole Petal Meadows, all the way until the entrance of Hooktail's Castle, which is the dragon, by the way. That was the entire demo area which you can run around in. So, that's pretty awesome. Speaking of dragons, speak of the devil and they shall appear. That's a big, big dragon. Whoa, what was that? Oh, is that a... Wow, Mario, look! That is a big, big girl. No, I'm serious. Hooktail's a female. Just saying. Totally incredible! I've never seen anything that humongous before. It looked kind of scary, too. Weird. Professor Franklin said this place was peaceful. Wow, crazy. We just started and already there's an intrigue. Come on, Mario, let's go! Indeed. And we gotta do something about this whole, castle thing. Alright. There's not really a whole lot we can do within this area in particular, but upon further investigation, we should be able to find something of interest. Just saying. Looks like we have some regular Goombas here. Okay. Nothing too extreme here. God damn it. I tried to super guard him just because. But again, like I said, super guarding is a pretty dangerous maneuver and kind of difficult to pull off, just due to the lack of frames that you have in order to even pull it off in the first place. Also, close call. Sweet. Close call is a badge that causes enemies to sometimes miss when Mario is in his danger state. Speaking of danger, if Mario's HP is like 5 or below, then he goes into a state of danger. Believe it or not, that is a pretty specific play style that can be utilized to great effect. If you happen to have a certain amount of badges within your setup, you can really wreck some faces in. But again, it is a very, very risky thing to do, considering how little HP you have. But it may not be a bad idea to try that playstyle, or try playing through the entire game that way, in the constant danger state. I'm not going to be doing that in this playthrough, but I actually will be trying to do something else instead. as far as what that's going to be, we will have to wait until after we finish Chapter 1 in order to even begin such an endeavor. Just saying. Nice! First level up of the playthrough, folks. Alright, what should we upgrade first? Let's go with FP, so that way we can bring this up to 10. What's really nice is upon leveling up, you'll receive a full refill on HP, FP, as well as star power. So that is awesome. Another badge right over here. Unfortunately, we can't quite reach it yet. But we will sometime very, very soon. Oh, one more thing, Mario. If you ever find yourself like wondering what to do, just press X and use my tattle ability, okay? I might be able to look up some useful info that'll help us on our adventure. Okay, thanks. I'm kind of surprised that hammer even managed to connect. It clearly hit the ground, and yet it still registered a hit. I don't get it. Okay, let's give you a nice good old smack across the head and be done with this. Nighty-night. By the way, as you gain more and more levels, weaker enemies will stop spawning star points. However, if you've managed to finish the battle, regardless if an enemy drops any star points or not, you'll leave with at least one star point in hand. Which is pretty nice in this game, so not every single battle is completely pointless if you're at a very high level. So, again, nice, but not very efficient. But that's just me. Still though, you do want to try to avoid attacking weaker enemies and getting into unnecessary battles with them. Just saying, that's not exactly the smartest plan. Also, this is a new mechanic right here. Some pipes that you can go into will allow you to traverse the background layer of the world. So, that's pretty nice. And as such, you can find some hidden items, goodies, switches, and be able to progress through the game. Also, mystery. The mystery box makes its triumphant return in this game. Basically what it does is it'll activate a slot reel, and whatever appears in that box, that'll be the item that'll be used. It's literally a game of chance. Try not to use them too often if you're absolutely desperate. It may be fun to use them every now and again just for funsies, but really, don't rely on them too much. Plus, they're not really that useful to sell in the first place. They're only worth like 1 coin, so that's pretty lame. Welcome, traveler! Huh? Where are you, you ask? Why, this is Pelberg. Sorry, but it's been a long time since we had visitors here. We're kind of remote. Yippity, once that stupid dragon Hooktail was spotted flying around this area. Well, it didn't help tourism, put it that way. People just stopped visiting. Dragon Hooktail? That must have been that huge thing we saw earlier, Mario. So it's called Hooktail, huh? Ooh, scary name. So anyway, Green Boots, have you ever heard of these things called crystal stars? We're on this quest for them. It's very important. Crystal stars, you say? Nope. Can't say that I have. Sorry about that. You might want to speak with the mayor, though. He's old. Really, really old. As such, he knows all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff we don't. Koopas of his age are, really smart. Anyway, the mayor lives in the pink house up ahead. You should go check it out. A pink house? Sounds totally hideous, but it should be easy to find. And I feel like I got a frickin' sneeze, by the way. Thanks for your help. So that's pretty nice. Let's see. We don't really need any sort of healings at the inn, but the inn, I believe, costs 10 coins to stay here. Okay, 5. Not too bad. It's to be expected, and it's honestly a fair price for this point in the game. So, again, not too bad. But like I said, it will get more expensive as we continue our adventure. What do we got here in the item shop? We have a mushroom, honey syrup, Mr. Softener, card shell, pal blocks, and fire flowers. Mr. Softeners will soften up enemies a bit, decreasing their defenses. So, it'll decrease their defense for a certain number of turns. Card shell gives your partner courage to boost his or her defenses. Pretty nice. Although I think that can only be used for your partner and not for Mario. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Also, we have a new system in the shops now. These are points. For every time you shop, depending on how often you shop, you will gain points. For every item you purchase, you get 1 point, regardless of the amount of coins of which is required to purchase said item. Say for example, I buy a mushroom. If I do this, then I gain 1 point in their system. However, if I buy a Mr. Softener, which requires 8 coins, I'll also only gain 1 point for the purchase. Build up as many points as you can, and after a certain increment for each of these requirements, you'll get a free item up to 300 points. I never actually needed to buy items all that often, but it can be useful nonetheless. Especially the items that you get for free can be pretty damn good. So the first item on offer after 10 points is a mushroom, 20 points is an ice storm, 30 points is a super shroom, 50 points is a thunder rage, 70 points is a shooting star, 100 points is a gold bar, 150 points is a life shroom, 200 ultra shroom, 250 jam and jelly, and finally 300 points is gold bar times 3. As far as I'm aware, gold bars are not useful in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, and are only worth selling at designated shops. Speaking of selling things, unlike the first Paper Mario, each shop you visit have a different value of items, so I'll get into that in a minute. Oh, hello! This is your first time visiting one of our wonderful shops. Then let me give you the explanation of shop points I give all first-time customers. Customers earn 1 shop point for each item they buy, as I've already explained. As you build up your points, you'll earn various prizes, including rare items. These prizes are explained inside each individual store. And that's it. Need to hear it again? Nah. Excellent! You're now free to shop, sell, or store items as you please. Sweet. So again, you can choose to sell items that you have in your possession, store items for a later use, and you can also just check on the amount of points that you have. So, pretty nice. And the store, you just select I want to store, and you can store up to 32 items, just like with the last Paper Mario. So, again, pretty nice. So if you're running low on item space and you don't want to get rid of your most valuable items, just store them in the shop and save them for later. So, let's go over some of the items and values. Depending on where you go, each of these items have a different value. If they're sold in the shop, then it's more than likely you'll only get like half of the item's original value. So, a mushroom is for sale here, so you can only get 2 coins out of selling one. Fire flowers, again, are only half value. Mysteries are always 1 coin no matter where you go, so that's something to keep in mind. However, if an item is not sold in a shop that you're going to, it may have a higher numeric value. Like, say for example, a sleepy sheep. You can buy a sleepy sheep or a fright mask, for example, at Rogueport. However, you can't buy those items here, so if you go to this shop here in Petal Meadows, then, or in Petalburg specifically, then that item will have an increased value. So, honestly, it's not a bad way to earn money in early game by means of buying items, investing in items that you want to purchase, and then bring them to another shop and sell them there. Again, a bit tedious, but it does work. I'm good with the amount of items I have for the time being. And my FP is also good, so I may not really need to purchase anything. I think I'm going to keep what I have right now. Let's continue to take a look around. Hey little guy, what's up? Hey, what's up? I gotta say, I'm really hooked on playing GBA games lately. There's this one game that just absolutely rules. It's called Fire Emblem. You ever heard of it? Man, it rocks my socks. Technically speaking, the Fire Emblem he's referring to is Fire Emblem 6, the Blazing Blade? Then again, I think it's just the one before it? Blazing Blade might be the prequel to the Fire Emblem game of which this Toad is playing. Then again, I really don't know what the actual subtitle is. But regardless, he's playing the quote-unquote first Fire Emblem, which is actually like a Fire Emblem 6 here in the States. So, a little fun fact for you, just for fun. Hey dude, top of the morning, Tissa Bubba Blur. I am as happy as can be. Why? Simply because I'm surrounded by flowers. Aw, that's sweet. Hey dude, you're kinda weird. Ew! What's with this guy, huh? It grosses me out just being near this weirdo. Alright, fine, whatever. His name is Dupree. He's this icky guy who tries to sweet talk everybody. There, no more! That is probably one of the more hilarious things I've ever heard of which Goomba ever said. Ah, bonjour, mademoiselle. It's the beautiful day, no? No, not your monsieur mustache. I am speaking to the lovely lassie cabbage behind you. What do you say, my pretty? Abandon the dual ward and come away with me? Ew! Are you kidding me? Ew! Nice wig, you disco wannabe! Take a hike, bozo, the dork! Oh, scary bear. Such brutal honesty. Such a sharp tongue. Well, I retreat for now. If you change your mind, Cherie, come find me. What a turtle sleaze. Let's go somewhere else, Mario. I think he only says that for like females of which are in your current party and who are out in the field. I could be wrong, but then again, maybe Goombella is the only reaction of which he and Goombella share. I could be wrong. Huh! I am General White. I am a Bob-omb and have lost my hopes and dreams. I live in solitude always. I must apologize, but I ask that you leave me alone. That's General White, the Bob-omb. I guess white bombs are pretty rare. He has a cool mustache, too. He might even give your lip fuzz a run for its money. By the way, he is one of the most, if not the most infamous character in the game. Again, more on that later, when we get to that point. This guy's apparently a total diehard Peach fan. He even collects Peach merchandise. He has posters and pictures up everywhere. Boy, get a life, you know what I mean? Hey, Mario, don't tell me you have a secret collection of plush Peach dolls, too. Hey, well, come on in. I guess door's open. Oh, Hooktail? It lives at the top of that old castle beyond this hummock. Have you heard the rumors? Some say lots of treasure is hidden in that castle. Scores of people have gone in and searched for it, but not one has returned. So, what do you think? You're getting scared, huh? Not even close. Say hello to the typical geek of any sort of fandom ever. Just saying. By the way, there's not really much of a point to talking to hardly any of these NPCs, aka non-playable characters, but you may learn a little more information about the place that you're at, and maybe learn more about what's going down, and maybe even get some hints about certain things. Again, something to keep in mind later. These are the Traveling Sisters 3. They seem to go everywhere together. They seem to go so ditzy, though. Do they even notice each new place they wind up in? Hey, hey, hey! It's us, the Happy Wanderers, the Traveling Sisters 3. The village is famous for its clear water, clean air, and one more thing. The Big Bad Hooktail! We can't wait to see it. Trust me, ladies, you do not want to see its ugly mug. Otherwise, your gooses are most definitely cooked. And it's nasty. Absolutely nasty. An old stronghold called Schwunk Fortress lies ahead. A stone creature lives there. At least it might live there. The gate is to keep it out. My job is guarding the gate. Great. Can you let us through? No? Okay. Screw off then. You look kind of different. That's Koopy Koo, a local pedal burger. She seems to be Coop's girlfriend. Gosh, she's really cute, and seems to have a good head on her, too. Thing is, because she's smart, she's kind of mothers Coops a little bit. I guess it's a complicated relationship, but then again, what relationship isn't? Good question. Well, hello there, my name is Koopy Koo. It's nice to meet you. Oh my gosh, that hat, those overalls, and that magnificent mustache! You're Mario, aren't you? I've heard tales of how strong you are. If you're here, that means you're going to challenge that monster's Hooktail. Oh, if only Coops were as brave as you. Speaking of which, I think he's... Yep, here he is. Hi there, folks. Did you come to this village to look for the treasure of Hooktail's castle? Well, that Hooktail is one tough cookie. Of course, I'll be sure to keep that in mind. I mean, I've been through practically hell and back over and over again, and I'm sure we'll be able to beat this dragon relatively easily with, like, little to no effort whatsoever. Turtley leaf. Nice. By the way, you can get an unlimited amount of those here in Petalburg, so that's pretty nice. Let's check this place out. This must be the mayor's house. Was that someone there? Who is it? Who? What do you want from me? I know, you're thieves! Here to rob a defenseless old Koopa. Despicable! No, dum-dum. Go on, do what you will. But as you can plainly see, there's nothing to steal here. Oh, I guess I have a little money. Take it, you fiends. And my antique shell, too. Just leave the photos for me, and the missus can't do without those memories. What? Not thieves, you say? Well, what's your story, then? Oh, wait. You folks are looking for crystal stars? Yeah, how did you know? Well, why don't you pop up before you... Idiot. We're just wasting time here. The crystal stars, you say? You're hunting? And wait, what did I hear about those dang things again? Aha! Got it! Hooktail. Hooktail's got what you're looking for. It's this enormous orangey dragon eats folks, they say. You know Hooktail, right? I may have heard that name. Well, this Hooktail's brutal fly-by smackings have all of us in pins and needles. So, are you reckless fools? I mean, are you gallant heroes off to rough it up? You got it, dude. This does sound promising. Why, if you can rid us of Hooktail, we'll shower you with gratitude and rewards. Wait, what's that I hear? You'll accept a reward? Of course I won't. What an unselfish man. You're noble indeed. Yep, a good egg. Now, what did you say your name was again? Mario. Murphy? That's a fine name. Yes, a fine name indeed. Well now, Murphy. It's Mario, dude. I appreciate that, Murphy. They are nice eyebrows. Now listen up. If you're intent on going to Hooktail's castle, find the secret pipe near this village. I don't know where it's at, but I know you'll need stone keys to use that pipe. The keys are somewhere in the Schwunk Fortress, just past the village. Get them first. Sure, okay. Well then, Murphy, get going and take care of that hooktail monster. That's Croup, the mayor of Petalburg. He just babbles whenever he's alone or not. I just can't tell if he's really senile or if he's just working that angle, you know? Okay. Well, at least now we know what we have to do. So, pretty nice. All we have to do is just head to the village exit and then we can be on our merry way. And of course, before I head out, I'm gonna go ahead and save here. Because, again, you never know what may happen on the road. Enemies may carry an item that may put us to sleep for like 10,000 years, never to wake up again until we're already kissing death. And doing a frickin' French kiss at that. You got an email. As you travel, you may receive emails from people you've met on your journey. You can read these emails on your mailbox SP. Press start/pause to access the menu and check your email. You'll find it under important things on your gear screen. Let's take a look. Oh, wrong screen. Here we go. Looks like we received 2 emails. One is from Frankie and another one is RDM registration. Let's take a look. Hello, Mario. Working hard? Professor Franklin here in E-form. It's highly likely you'll receive emails like this one while you're on your journey, so check your mail often. I actually have nothing more to say than that, so I hope all goes well for you, and I look forward to getting more information on those crystal stars. Professor Franklin. Okay. Direct mail verification. Dear Mr. Mario, thank you for registering with Rogueport Direct Mail RTM service. Your kind friend Mr. Franklin referred you to us. Our direct mail service will provide you with regular, timely news updates. We hope you enjoy our service. Okay, nice. An old stronghold, blah 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 blah. But if the mayor says it's okay, I'll let you pass. Careful out there, though. Well, that was easy. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. Wait a moment, please. What's up, dude? Pardon me for yelling like that. I was panicking. How to begin? My name's Coops. I heard you're traveling to Hooktail's castle. So anyway, I have a favor to ask. Oh, just forget it. Never mind, ignore me. Goodbye. Okay, that was weird. What do you think that was all about? Talk about issues. He may just be a shy guy. Get it? Anyway, I'm sure he has his reasons for acting the way he does. But regardless, I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what he's all about later on down the line. I'm sure he'll find a way to come out of his shell and open up to us. Pun totally intended, by the way. I'm awful. Oh, hello, we have a new enemy. As far as what this enemy is, let's find out now. That is a Koopa Troopa. They've been around forever. Gotta respect their longevity. Their shells are hard, but flip them over and their defenses drop to 0, and you can stun them for a turn, so that's pretty sweet too. And you know how to flip them over, right? Just jump on their heads. And whenever you flip over enemy Koopa Troopa, their defenses completely drop to 0. So just wail on them and have a jolly old time. Dead damn it. Whatever. Battle's won anyway. Nice. By the way, it's definitely worth shaking around each and every single bush, whacking every tree that you see, as you may never know what you may find. You may find some valuable items such as star pieces, coins, or just plain items in general. Sometimes you may even find a key item or two, depending on where you look. Just saying. Alright, let's continue our little expedition now, shall we? If I don't end up canceling my swing. I don't know why I got this pain in my butt right now. Quite literally. It's like this stinging pain. I hate that so much. Occasionally, have you ever had one of those instances where just out of nowhere you get this stinging sensation like someone is cutting you with like a little itty bitty knife or a needle? It's like this little itty bitty scratch that just stings. I hate that crap, especially when it happens in sensitive areas such as the soles of your feet and the crack of your bum. Seriously, it hurts. Not sure why that happens every now and again, but it is what it is. Okay. Off we go. What's this? Oh, hello. Well, we definitely have some new enemies here. Say hello to the Bald Cleft. That is a Bald Cleft. Basically a rock monster with a swarty looking face. This is kind of mean, but bald guys really just don't do it for me. Max HP 2, attack is 1, and defense is 2. Yeah, this guy is rock solid. Get it? Fire doesn't even hurt it. It might be best to attack with, say, a power block. Either that, or if you happen to have piercing blow, you can use this as well and just pierce their defenses completely. It's entirely up to you and how you want to go about it. Also, blocking their attacks can be kind of difficult, just because they can attack so fast. Also, if you fail the action command of the piercing blow, it does lower your attack strength, so that is something to keep in mind. Another thing you could use as well as a good supplement for piercing blow is definitely that one move known as Power Smash? Is that right? Power Smash? It's the first badge that you got from Frankie. That can work too if you happen to have that. Make sure it's equipped before you go into battle though. Otherwise you're going to be in some serious pain. Yeah, this is called Power Smash. Okay then. Dead damn it. So, enemies have a chance to attack first, and if they manage to do so, you do have a greater opportunity to block their initial attack, as opposed to the first game, Paper Mario, which is awesome. Because unlike the first game, when an enemy strikes first, you basically have about a fraction of a second to block the attack. In this game, you have the same amount of time as if the enemy has a free turn on you, so that's pretty nice. Okay. Well, that was kind of wasted, bloody. By the way, okay. That makes sense. So, if an enemy uses a courage shell, then, the courage shell's effect boosts, allies' defense by 3. And it's effective for, I believe, 3 turns. So, again, if you happen to, have, piercing smash, you can just bypass the defense altogether. Or perfectly time your super guards, and that also pierces defenses. What also pierces defenses, I think? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, stage hazards can also pierce defenses, but no, that's not true at all. Oh my, what are you doing, dude? Nice. So, occasionally, if a Shy Guy is in the audience, they may try to go into the back of the stage and, trigger something. This is purely random of whether or not it affects you or the enemies. Sometimes they may end up dropping a bucket on enemies or your head for that matter. Unlike the first Paper Mario, where if you're dizzy, you're out of commission for an X number of turns. In this game, dizzy doesn't really affect you all that much. The only thing that does, it makes it so sometimes your attacks will just miss altogether. So, it's not like you're completely out of commission or anything like that. It's just, your attacks have a lower chance of landing. Again, not really that difficult to, or nothing to worry about whatsoever. Alright, not too bad at all. Okay, let's move on now, shall we? One thing I definitely love about Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is obviously the refined battle system that has been overhauled greatly. And basically it has been expanded upon and perfected. Not only do you have action commands at the very start, you also have access to new options to defending yourself. Not only that, but you also have access to the new stylish commands too, which again, you may not even know about throughout the course of your entire playthrough unless you equip a certain badge. Which again, we'll get into that later. At least when the time comes. Another PAL block. By the way, the amount of items you can carry is 10 at the very start. There is going to be a way of which we'll be able to double our item capacity. But that doesn't come into play until later. So, again, something worth mentioning. Oh, hello, we have a new enemy here. These guys are super annoying. They're known as, bristles. Bristles are one of the more annoying enemy species you'll encounter in the game. That is a bristle, totally covered in spikes. They're so prickly. Max HP is 2, attack is 1, and defense is 4, and they're impervious to fire. Even trying to get close enough to whack it with a hammer is dangerous. Seriously, its spikes will totally pop out. So since you can't jump on it or use your hammer, you better use an item. Or a special move if you happen to have a special move available. So that's why the game is practically gifting us PAL blocks. Definitely needed, especially for this fight in particular. I believe after you damage them, they can still prickle you with their spikes on the side, so even if you reduce their damage a little bit, and you try to go in with your hammer, you can still get hurt. So again, something to keep in mind as you're going about your adventure. always worth it to be vigilant on everything around you. You never know what you may find, and you never know how useful those items may be on your journey. Good night. I don't even know how that happened or how that worked, but I'll take it nonetheless. By the way, if you want to know a faster way of just traversing the world, jump around like a freaking jumping bean. I'm serious, that's how you move around faster. It's only slightly faster, but it's still faster nonetheless. I mean, if you ever watched a Paper Mario TTYD task, then you see the game or the person making the tasks jump all the time. As if they're playing Banjo-Kazooie and running around in Talentron at all times. Just saying. Nice. Fully restored. As you continue to do well in battle and execute more and more action commands, more and more audience members will start to pour in. So that way they can give you one hell of a great show. However, if you start stumbling a bit and start failing in your action commands, or if you don't deal any damage at all to your enemies, then audience members have a tendency to just leave you hanging. And just overall will not be enjoying themselves at all. So, again, something to keep in mind as you're going about the game. Keeping a good audience count is very important. Speaking of important, we have this thing here. This item will restore all your HP, FP, and I believe your star power. However, for each of these that you find throughout the course of your adventure, it will cost more and more coins to hit. If you don't have enough coins, you can't use this block whatsoever. It just will not let you. Hit this block to replenish all of the HP heart points of Mario and his partner. Doing this will also replenish all of Mario's FP flower points. However, it will cost you the number of coins shown on the block, so be ready to pay. It does not restore star power, however, so be sure to keep that in mind. And again, the amount on the block thankfully does not increase, but as you progress further and further into the game, it does become more and more expensive to fully heal. So be sure to have plenty of coins in hand. You're going to need them. Hello, who are you, sir? You're the first contestants I've seen in a while. If you come all the way here to the Swamp Fortress, you must want the stone keys. And if that's the case, then you must compete against me. If you win, I'll let you through to where the stone keys rest. However, if you lose, you will suffer a terrible fate. And by terrible, I mean awful. So, what do you want to do? I'll take you on. I'm up for a challenge. You're in for it now. And what is this? Hello. Hey, ladies and germs. Welcome everybody to the 65th Super Fun Quirk Quiz. Perk up those ears. If you correctly answer 5 of the following questions, you win. But get 3 of them wrong and you'll suffer a cruel and unusual punishment. Now, for the first question. What's hidden in this place? That would be stone keys. Is that your real answer? Are you sure? Yes, it is. By the way, I believe he asked you that on the first question, the 5th question, and the 8th question. That's what I looked up recently. That's correct. That question was too easy, but it'll only get harder from here. Much harder. So, prepare yourself. On to question 2. What do one of the Mr. Softeners and one Fire Flower cost at the shop in Petalburg total? I believe 16 coins. Okay, I was right. Correct. Same thing. Question 3. What is the name of the mayor in Petalburg? Croup. That's correct. Next. We're not done yet, folks. Question 4. Tell me now, where is the Crystal Star? That would be in, Hooktail Castle. Is that your real answer? Yes, it is. Right again. Tell me you didn't just get your 4th right answer. It can't be true. That's it. I'm making the rest of these near impossible. Get ready for brain pain. Just don't have a brain fart whatever you do. Are you ready for the diabolical question 5? How can one get from Petal Meadows to Rogueport? Go through a pipe. Yes, that is the answer. No! That's right! You correctly answered 5 questions. I don't believe it! You win! Well, that was easy. So very angry! I can't believe I lost! I guess I have to let you through, stupid rules. By the way, if you happen to fail the quiz, this guy will send out, he'll send out a couple of pretty powerful enemies at you. I think the enemies here would be those, spinning prickly guys, if I remember correctly. He'll send those guys at you, and he'll say if you manage to defeat them, then he'll let you through. But if you can't defeat them, then you die. Simple as that. So be sure to have at least one PAL block ready to go. That is if you happen to fail it. Other than that, though, nothing really to worry about whatsoever. Anywho, that badge is the multi-bounce. The multi-bounce allows you to jump on an enemy multiple times. And I'm pretty sure there is still that cap rule in play. Then again, maybe that was abolished in this game. Not sure. The devil? Oh, a coin. I'll take it. Thanks, dude. Take a drink for 1 second. And, hello, what's this? Ruin Powder. Okay. Let's see what this does. Ruin Powder. It confuses all enemies, hindering their attacks. So in other words, they may end up attacking each other. So, pretty nice item. Especially for early game. Holy crap. By the way, there is a way that you can manipulate the RNG values of the entire game. But it's incredibly complicated and so convoluted that it'll make your frickin' head spin. You basically have to be a mathematician in order to figure out the RNG of the entire game. Good luck if you have that kind of brain power. Just saying. But if you can figure out how to manipulate RNG, you can really turn the game in your favor in more ways than one. And it may actually be well worth it. Anywho, back to the game. That's a Fuzzy. What a hyper little guy, huh? Cut back on the caffeine. Max HP is 3, attack is 1, defense is 0. Those things suck up your HP and use it to replenish their own. Isn't that the worst? I mean, ew. Doesn't that just sound totally gross? Anyway, guard against them by pressing A at the moment they release you. The timing is pretty hard to master, so practice up. These things really suck HP. Dead damn it. And Goombella wasn't kidding when she says that these guys are really difficult to guard against. It's honestly more worth it to guard with the regular guard command than try to super guard against them. Really, it is. There is a way to make it so they can't suck anything out of you whatsoever, other than doing regular guards. If you happen to have a certain item or a certain badge, you can make it so you can turn yourself into a literal lamp of death against fuzzies. Just saying. Thanks for the FP, buddy. Highly appreciate it. Just saying. If you remember in the last game where Volt Shrooms and Zap Tap were a thing, well, they're back in this game in prominent force. And let me tell you, once you get those badges or items, you definitely want to use them against fuzzies, for sure. And just watch a comedic show as it unfolds. Trust me, it's fun and it's totally worth it. Highly recommend 10 out of 10 with a hen in Big Ben while I kiss Dutchmen. Okay. Time to clean house. Again, these guys really aren't that bad. It's just defending against them can be kind of painful. And honestly, a pain in the ass. But again, well worth it if you manage to pull it off. Alright, level 2. Sweet. Let's upgrade BP this time, folks. Well worth it. Oh, hello, we have an item spawn. HP drain. Nice. Pretty useful item, I must say. Let's get rid of the mystery. Like I said before, though, we're basically full of items here. Whoa, hello. How you doing, buddy? Okay. Let's get rid of these freaks. Set them on fire like a freaking firecracker. Shove it up their freaking butts and watch it burn. Nice. Okay. Again, just regular fuzzies. They're really not that bad. But one of them did have a sleepy sheep. And that would have been pretty bad if that enemy decided to come at us. Though I think you can still defend yourself with the guard command if you happen to fall asleep by means of a sleepy sheep, or by other means. Okay, so here we have an HP drain from an enemy right here. Basically what that item does is that it will drain a certain amount of HP directly from their target. If used, it will hurt like a frickin' freight train. I think it can drain about 5 HP. Ow! Well, that was kind of painful. One thing worth mentioning is for target prioritization, you definitely want to attack the enemies that are holding items first. So that way they cannot use the item throughout the course of the battle. Most of the time if an enemy has an item, they will try to use it on the first chance that they get. However, once the item is used, the item just goes away and you don't have to worry about it anymore. But it is something worth mentioning regardless. Anywho, remember earlier when I mentioned that the tasks of this game exist? Well, believe it or not, the most recent task of this game managed to beat the game in just a little over 2 hours, using some brand new strats that were just recently discovered, including one that basically allows you to bypass a certain event within a future chapter. Hell, there are several glitches that you can take advantage of in this game that allows you to jump straight to a certain chapter state. So, what I mean by this is, say for example, you're playing through the game like normal, and you happen to execute a frame-perfect trick that allows you to essentially jump all the way to the very end of the game in like a certain chapter state. Well, doing this kind of screws with the game in more ways than one, and you have to trigger other events in order to revert it back to a previous chapter state. It's really, really complicated. But again, useful for speedrunning, not so much by casual means. Trust me, it isn't. Oh, hi, buddy. How you doing? Okay. Let's get this over with. Die! Later, dudes. Well, that was easy enough. By the way, there is one pretty big frame-perfect technique that you can pull off within certain locations of this game. It's known as Goombella buffering. More on that later. Meork! Hey, you suspicious types! This is our place, and coming in here is rude, rude, rude! Sorry, suckers, if you want a warm welcome, too bad! Now I lunch on your head! Come at me, bro! Alright, this shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. Say hello to the gold fuzzy. It's basically like a regular fuzzy, except it's gold. It's a shiny fuzzy, to be exact. Funny. That's a gold fuzzy. Whoa, those are super rare. I'm serious. Wow. Max HP is 10, attack is 1, defense is 0. Oh, but hey, even though it's a fuzzy, it won't suck your HP, which is nice. I have to wonder though, how does this thing hide? Look at it, it's so gaudy. Good question. Also kind of surprising how it doesn't try to suck your head. Instead, it jumps on you like a regular Goomba. Meow! Hey, ow! You chumps are tougher than you look. But I'm not through yet. Everyone get him! Oh my. That's a lot of fuzzies. So here we have our first instance of a horde. A fuzzy horde to be exact. Let's see if we can get some information on it. It's a fuzzy horde. Look at them all. What a mob scene. It's crazy. Max HP is 20. Attack is 1. Defense is 0. Fuzzies come at you all at once and attack in order, say... Says here not to freak out. It also says if you use good timing to defend, you won't take much damage. I'm thinking it might just be faster to whip the ringleader though, you know? That is true. If you take out the ringleader, aka the gold fuzzy, then the gold fuzzy will scare off the fuzzy horde. Though I think you lose out on potential experience. I could be wrong. Oh, nice! FP refill when I don't even need it. Whatever, I'll take it. At least it fills up the audience pool, so that's pretty nice. Nice! By the way, I believe the lower the fuzzy horde's HP is, the less times they'll attack you. Nice. Off they go. Back to their home planet where they belong. again, well worth it to take out the Horde, as again, that allows you to get more experience, aka more star points. Bye-bye. Nice. Well needed. Meow! You got me! Later, dude. May you never appear again. Okay, well now that we have the stones in hand, we can finally head on over to Hooktail Castle. We may be almost 3 hours into this session, but I'm definitely going to aim to try to finish up Chapter 1 at least. Also, again, it's worth trying to fight every enemy that you encounter on the field, unless you're low on HP, in which case it's best to run. Just saying. Well, that was badly timed. Ah, it doesn't matter. Might as well eliminate the cohorts first. Okay. Whenever a Koopa Troopa gets back up on its feet, thankfully it does use up its turn to do so. So again, take advantage and don't just knock them back down again, and eventually they won't be able to do anything whatsoever. Say goodnight. One other thing worth noting is, just like with the first Paper Mario, if you go to attack an enemy with your hammer, you do have to attack the first person in the front row in order to reach other enemies in the back, unless you have certain badges equipped which allow you to attack either multiple enemies at once or be able to reach other enemies within different parts of the group more easily and more quickly. Also, that item, excuse me, that item I just picked up is known as an inn coupon. Inn coupons, so long as you hold them, you can actually stay at an inn for free. However, once you use that coupon, it's used up. And there's not very many of those located in the world, so use them wisely. Honestly, it's a better idea to store them and only use them for more expensive places to stay. Sweet. Health refill! Just what I needed. Even though I only had 9 out of 10 HP, but regardless, still nice to have nonetheless. Nighty-night. Fun fact about this game right now in 2019, a lot of people are trying to petition Nintendo to make an HD remaster of this game. If not them, then Intelligent Systems, which are the developers, technically, of this game. Honestly, I would love to see an HD remaster of this game. I really would. If it's on a Nintendo Switch, that would be the absolute bee's knees, man. It really would. I love this game to death, even on Nintendo GameCube, and honestly, it probably would be even better on Switch. You get higher resolution textures, frame rate is still at a good silky smooth 60 FPS at all times. You can play the game at 1080p, because that's the way the Switch runs on in docked mode, and in 720p in portable mode, and it won't skip a beat whatsoever. Plus, it may also introduce some additional quality of life improvements, and even some new features, such as a proper New Game Plus. And even some better rewards for certain events in the game. That would be even better. Honestly, it really would. I would love to see a New Game Plus of this game. Like, make it so you have, or maybe even rework certain badges. Make it so they offer additional rewards with a higher risk. So, What I'm talking about exactly is what is known as, there's technically, I believe, 2 sets of badges that act the same and do the same sort of thing. One is known as Double Pain. It kind of acts as the game's hidden hard mode, which you can turn on and off at will. I would want to get my hands on that badge and just have it equipped for this playthrough. However, I do believe you do have to wait until Chapter 1's completion in order to even attempt it. What Double Pain will do is, it will essentially double the damage of which Mario receives. Again, making it so it acts like hard mode. Supposedly there's another badge that does a similar thing, except it's called Triple Pain. Again, it triples the amount of damage of which Mario receives. Though I don't know if that particular badge exists in the actual game itself, or if it is only found within the game's code, never to make it into fruition. And even if it does exist, does it also stack with Double Pain to make it so you receive 5 times the amount of damage, or 6 times? I'm not really sure how it works in tangent with one another. Your guess is as good as mine, but if you happen to have any ideas, let me know in the comments section down below in the YouTube version of this, or if you're watching this stream live, feel free to let me know in the chat if that stacks, and if it's 5 times or if it's 6 times. I'd love to know myself, honestly. I really would. Alright, let's see here. I think I got an item I definitely want to store. I'm gonna store the in coupon for sure, and I think I'm good there. Alright, let's go ahead and sell something. I think we're going to go ahead and sell this ruin powder, as I don't really need it. Plus, it's only 7 coins, so not a big deal. Besides, I think it would be more useful if I bought some HP or FP restoring items, such as the honey syrup and another mushroom. Honestly, not a bad idea. Not a bad proposition, if I do say so myself. It also may not be a bad idea to just go ahead and restore my FP now at an inn, but I'm not going to worry about that. Excuse me? Hey, it's you again. It's Mario, right? Look, see, the thing is, I've been waiting here in the hopes of getting to speak with you. I have to ask you something, and you can say no, but I'm going to throw it out there. See, I was wondering, would you... Oh, please take me with you to fight Hooktail, please, I'm begging you. Whoa, okay, what's this all about? Sorry about that. See, my dad, he went off to battle Hooktail long ago, but he never came back. Oh, I miss him, of course. I miss him badly, but this isn't just about avenging my dad. Well, no, that's not true. Revenge is part of it. I guess a big part. I don't blame you, dude. But the truth is, I want to finish what Dad started. For his sake. For everyone's sake. Okay. Man, this is embarrassing. See, everyone always says I'm a crybaby, a weakling. But if I can defeat Hooktail, well, I won't be those things. I'll be strong like my dad. You do have a valid point. Though you can prove your strength in other ways that don't involve throwing yourself into danger and, honestly, getting yourself killed. I know it'll be dangerous, but I still want to go. Please, Mario. Sure, come along. For real? No kidding? Yes! Thank you so much! You won't regret this. Sweet. And thus, Koops has joined our party. He essentially replaces Kooper from the first Paper Mario. Alright, let's view his abilities. Press X to shoot out his shell. Use it to retrieve distant items that hit switches. And also, unlike Kooper, he can actually shoot further, I think. Plus, he has one additional ability up his sleeve. If you hold X, you can hold his shell in one place after shooting it. and you can hold it so long as you're holding the X button. After holding his shell in place, release X to fire the shell past Mario to attack. And attack. My mistake. You can even hold Koops' shell in place, move Mario, and then release the shell. Which is a very, very useful ability. More useful than you'll ever know. So remember, hold X to shoot the shell out and hold it in one place. In battle, Koops can fight by your side, striking foes with his main move, the Shell Toss. He can also strike all ground-based enemies in one attack with his Power Shell. To swap your partners in field, press the start button, start/pause, and go to the party menu. And it's as simple as that. In battle, you would use the tactics option, and switching partners does use up a turn unless you have the quick change badge, which doesn't use up a turn. So again, keep that in mind. Okay, Mario, let's get going. Even though we're about 3 hours in. Koops! Huh? Hey, Koopy Koo, what's up? Oh, golly, hi. Hi, Koopy Koo. Did you overhear all that? Well, part of it, Koops. I thought I heard you say you're off to fight Hooktail. But you're joking, right? I mean, you're not exactly a powerhouse. He'll eat you up. You mean she'll eat you up. I know, Koopy Koo, but I want to be tougher for you. So I have to do this. No, Koops, you don't. I mean, going off to some dangerous place, it's stupid. It's suicide. So what if you're timid and sort of a crybaby? I don't care about all that. I just want you to be you, so don't go. Sorry, Koopy Koo, I've made up my mind. No need to worry, though. After all, I'm traveling with Mario. He's the man. Fine, ignore me! Stubborn Koopa! I'm sorry, Koopy Koo. I swear to you, I will come back to you a stronger Koopa. Well, Mario, that's that, I guess. No turning back. Hooktail's castle awaits. Speaking of Koops, he also does share the same weakness as a regular Koopa Troopa. So if an enemy jumps on top of him, he will lose a turn. And it does take a little bit of time to get him back up on his feet. So again, something to keep in mind, especially when fighting certain enemy types such as Goombas, as they will try to jump on top of Koopa's head, or Koops' head, rather. If he failed to execute the guard command, then he will be flipped. Otherwise, he'll just receive damage like normal, and he can still be used. Keep this in mind. Especially when trying to super guard as well, that can also lead to all kinds of trouble. Okay, so again, despite being nearly 3 hours into the session, in fact, we're about to reach that mark now, I am going to aim to finish up this chapter in its entirety in this session. And once the chapter is done, then we'll call it a day. Reason as to why is because my goal for each session is to at least finish up a single chapter, if not get really, really close to finishing one. Just saying. Alright, what should we upgrade this time? Let's go for HP. Again, keep everything all in line and ready to go. Anyway, now that we have Koops in our party, we can now grab this, the Happy Heart. Slowly and automatically restore HP during battle. So again, this badge acts the same way as it does in the first Paper Mario, where throughout the course of battle, you will slowly yet surely restore your HP throughout the course of a fight. Although it's random of when the effect will actually be active. I think it only becomes active at the start of each turn. Then again, I think it activates upon finishing a turn as Mario. And I think it has a higher probability of activating when you're low on HP. I could be wrong. I think that's how it works. Okay. Damn it. Definitely worth it to grab as many coins as you can. You're definitely going to need them. Especially for early parts of the game. Alright, let's go ahead and place these stones in their corresponding places. So with the stones placed, these blocks appear. Upon pressing them, you only have a limited time to press both of these blocks. You basically have to press them down at the same exact time. And you only have a limited time to do this too. It's actually possible to move fast enough to activate both blocks simultaneously. And you can even do this without coops as well. But it is really difficult, and you have to be absolutely frame perfect with your movements in order to get it to work properly. So, yeah, something worth mentioning. By the way, that stone pillar in the middle, it was not a pillar at all. It also tells you about what it is that you have to do in order to activate it in the first place. So, again, something worth mentioning. By the way, it's faster to move around the background by means of jumping. Definitely worth it. Tell your friends. Just saying. Jump around as often as you possibly can. Totally worth it. Totally worth your time. I did not mean to double save. That was my mistake. Whatever, it's fine. Alright. Welcome, everyone, to Hooktail's Castle. This place doesn't look too nice, now does it? Oh man, Hooktail Castle! The stories were all true. This place is terrifying! Not really. It doesn't really look all that bad. It honestly doesn't. Also, damn it. There's a badge down here that it is possible that you can get to with proper movements. Just, again, it can take a little bit of time to get the timing down properly. But here we have an HP plus. HP plus will increase your HP by 5 so long as you have the badge equipped. It does cost 3 BP to use, though, so that is something to keep in mind. Alright, in we go. Seems to be a lot of dead people in here. Also, this upper deck here is used to get back to the previous area if you need to leave Hooktail Castle. So, even if you go through here, at least you're not permanently stuck. Okay. Really? Whatever. It's fine. Well, again, that is kind of to be expected, all part of the course. Bye-bye. Alright, let's get the details on you, my dude. That is a Koopa Paratroopa. Well, it's basically a Koopa Troopa with wings, no duh. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, defense is 1. I kinda hate that this guy gets to fly. Of course you can stomp on him and he'll plunge down and be a plain Koopa Troopa. Yeah, do that and he's ours. Stomp again to flip him and his arms and legs are useless. Oops, sorry, that's not true. It looks like you can still wiggle them around a bit. Well, that kind of hurt, you jerk. By the way, if you happen to attack a Koopa Troopa while in the air, at this point in the game, you won't be dealing any damage to it whatsoever, not until it plunges down onto the ground. Excuse me, so that is something you need to keep in mind. Later on in the game, we'll be able to damage any Koopa Troopas that happen, or Koopa Paratroopas that happen to be in the air. Also, this is complete BS. How is it that they can still strike me down first? I don't get it. It's dumb. Goodbye. By the way, even if you super guard a Koopa Paratroopa, they will still retain their wings until you jump on top of them. Also, come on, game, really? By the way, I don't think Cooper can pierce defenses with his shell, unfortunately. So again, you will have to switch out party members depending on the situation in battle. Again, some battle tactics to keep in mind throughout the course of the adventure. Oh, come on, I just got a battle. So not fair. By the way, one other thing worth noting is I don't think that it's possible to guard against items that are being used against you. So, again, something to keep in mind. Nice! By the way, there is a pretty big misconception when it comes to Cooper's power shell. All you really have to do is just flip the left stick until it reaches the star, and that's it. You don't need to listen for a sound cue to have it charge up and go wah, 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 wah. Oh, okay, that figures. I guess I was fooling items. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Shoot. Ow. Like I was saying, PowerShell, you don't need to listen to a sound cue and hear it rev up further and further. It does not increase attack power any further than it actually is. Just saying. Not needed at all. Honestly, it's just completely unnecessary. Oh, dang it. That was my dumb fault for releasing the frickin' stick too soon. Okay. By the way, Cooper's stylish commands can also be kind of difficult to nail. But, again, not the worst thing ever, honestly. I find Goombella's stylish commands to be harder than Coop's. That's for sure. And also, Coop's does have multiple stylish commands within certain attacks. PowerShell, for example, that one has 2 stylish commands, so you do have to time it properly in order to nail it. Oh my! Oh no! That is not a good sight. These bones, they remind me of my father. They're There's no doubt about it. It is my father. Oh, Dad! Wait, what's this? Mario, my father's clutching some kind of letter. Or at least his, bones are. You sure this is your father? So, what should I do? Should I read it? Yeah. Let's take a look. Okay, I can do this. I'll read it. Ahem. I came to this castle to destroy Hooktail, but I am stuck and can go no further. So, in this letter, I shall note Hooktail's weakness to those who follow. The dreaded Hooktail cannot tolerate creatures that begin with cur and end with icket. So, crickets. Hidden somewhere in this castle is an item related to Hooktail's weakness. If one is to have any hope of defeating Hooktail, one must first find that item. One last thing. If faced with ultimate doom, the fiend will use any tricks to save itself. If you hope to defeat it, do not give in to your kinder nature and fall for its tricks. Alas, I do not have the strength to continue writing. Already mist veils my eyes. My last words go to my son, Colorado. I love you, and I'm proud of who you become. Oh, huh. My son Colorado, not Coops? Oh, oops. Yeah, I guess this isn't my father after all. But if this isn't my father, I wonder if that pile of bones over there is my dad. So we have Colorado's father here. Interesting how Colorado, one of the more infamous characters in the first Paper Mario, made a sort of cameo appearance by mention right here within Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door. You clearly don't value your lives much if you come to this castle to disturb us. You will go no further, and from this moment on, you'll be nothing but bones. I call BS. What are they doing? Ouch! That's no use. It's no use, Mario. They're all over me, man. What should we do? Oh, I don't know. Smack them upside the head? Duh. It's really not that difficult. Not rocket science, dude. Really isn't. Alright. Let's take a look at you all and figure you out. That's a dull bone. Sort of a skeleton thing. It was a Koopa Troopa once. Max HP is 1, attack is 2, defense is 1. These creeps throw bones to attack. Oh, and they build reinforcements too. Attacks that can strike multiple dull bones at once are the most effective. What's also really effective against these guys is fire. So if you happen to have a fire flower in hand, then fire flowers will completely decimate these guys completely. Okay, that was kind of redundant, but you get the point. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. It's not Christmas time yet. Why am I singing Christmas tunes? That's a red bones. A little too red, I think. No fashion sense, you know. Max HP is 5, attack is 3, defense is 1. Unlike your average dull bones, even if you pound it to 0 HP and it crumbles, it totally might revive like a zombie. My advice is to get rid of all the dull bones, then attack the red bones. Oh, and one more thing, once its friends start to fall, it may create some more. Speak of the devil and they shall appear. Well, damn. That stinks. Okay. Alright, let's check out multi-bounce. Jump on all foes with perfect action commands. Okay, well that was completely pointless. At least I kept the audience entertained. Oof. Well, that's definitely not good. shouldn't be too difficult to take out. And again, not a bad tactic to use your partners as meat shields. Especially if necessary. Though, you really shouldn't do that all the time. Otherwise your friends will drop like frickin' flies, and that's not a fun time. Just saying. Come on, open the door, please. Thank you. Okay, let's get to work. Ow! That was horribly mistimed. Honestly, it looked like it was going after Mario. Sometimes it can be kind of difficult to tell which target the enemy is attacking. But so long as you time it perfectly, you shouldn't have too many problems. Especially when trying to navigate through this place. Okay. So, when it comes to the dull bones... Oh, hello, Guy3324. Welcome to the stream. Glad that you can make it today. Alright, back to what I was saying. Alright. Sure, no problem. Anyway, back to what I was saying, dull bones thankfully will go down if you drain their HP to 0. Damn it. Meant to face the other way. Yay. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, the red bones actually revive themselves if you leave them alone for long enough, which is something that you don't want to do at all. You definitely want to try to take out the dull bones first, and then afterwards you can take out the red bones with no issue whatsoever. Once it crumbles, the battle is won. Me too. I am a fan of the puzzles in this game, and there's definitely more of these than in the first Paper Mario. That much is certain. Come on, thank you. As did I, my friend. As did I. I mean, this game is in my top 5 favorite games of all time. And for good reason. Alright, let's move on now, shall we? Hello there, buddy. Come at me, bro. I don't know how that worked, but I'll take it. Death Jam. Never heard of it, but it does sound fun. By the way, I don't think, Okay. Yeah. Those are also really good games. I am considering playing some of them in the future, though I still need to figure out how I'm going to handle them, since the John Williams music score is technically copyrighted work. And if I let it play, then obviously we're gonna have some problems. Definitely a problem on YouTube. Twitch may be a little more lenient, but then again, maybe not. Definitely don't want to chance it, that much is certain. Again, it is something I'm thinking about sometime down the road. It's not on my priority list of games I want to play, at least as of right now. But again, just me. Funny enough, I have played Turok 2 before, on the original N64. It actually got an HD remaster quite some time ago. I think the entire Turok trilogy got a remaster. Then again, maybe it's just Turok 2, I can't really say for sure. Soul Calibur 2, another game I really like as well on at least the GameCube release. Can't say the same for the other systems, as I never played those versions. Yay, Black Key. Wait, what? Oh dear, what is this? Mario, look at that! Well, shit. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. Come on, run! So within this place, you only have 50 seconds to make your escape, which is, in my opinion, way more than enough time necessary to get out of this room. In fact, you can get out of here with way more time than necessary. Honestly, I feel like they should reduce that time to like maybe 20 seconds. That would probably make things a little more intense and fun. Man, that was too close. Dude, not even close. Gotta shake it off. Whew! Okay, we got the key, so let's go open the spooky chest. Yes. What the heck? Hey, guest, it's been a long time since anyone's came here. A really long time. Huh? You heard me? Wow. Wait a sec. If you can hear my voice, then you must be some legendary hero or something? Interesting. Or not. To be honest, I'm sure anyone with ears can hear me. But it sure is fun zinging people with that whole legendary hero bit. Hey, but seriously, folks, I was wondering if you could let me out of this chest. I've been locked in here so long, I'm starting to cramp up like you wouldn't believe. All you have to do is find the key and let me out. Easy. Huh? What do you mean? You think you'll be cursed if you open the box? Ridiculous. Who would do that, really? Wait, in a box and curse... Wait in a box and curse folks? A real slime ball, that's who. But I'm not a real slime ball, and I would do no such thing. But that should be obvious. I call bullshit. Well, if you help me out, maybe I'll help you out. You know, a little I scratch your back, you scratch mine, except in reverse order. Of course you don't have to if you really don't want to, like finding a black key is hard. Really, it isn't. Hey there, boy. I am so glad you found the key. Unbelievable. Whee! Fools! Oh shit, here we go again. Why, only the most idiotic, puddling-brained doll would fall for a scheme like that. The castle's traps prevent anyone who entered this place from ever leaving it. No matter which path you take, you're fated to waste away to a slow, painful end. But wait, there's more to this great deal. I'll throw in a free curse, no charge. Oogly googly boo! Now you're cursed, doofus, and it serves you right. This curse is more cursed worthy than any curse that's ever cursed you. Bullshit. From this curse makes you like a piece of paper when you press and hold R. Whee! What a curse! Who curses like me? No one! Now I shall show you just how frightful a curse it is. Go on, press and hold R. Press and hold R now, scrub. You idiot! Press and hold R and press and hold R and be ashamed. Just look at yourself. How embarrassing for you. Eat a sandwich, skinny. Do you understand what this curse means for you? Yes, I understand. Then farewell, you dumbbells. Later, dude. Well, with this quote-unquote curse, we can now slip through tight spaces such as these. And with that, we got the Attack Effects R badge. What this will do? Thankfully, it doesn't require any BP to equip. Also, WAOL. Welcome to the stream. Oh my. Sounds like crickets are chirping tonight, huh? Nice. So long as we do a hammer action, it'll make the sound of crickets. And if you remember correctly, that is what is designated as Hooktail's weakness. How does it work exactly? Well, once we get to Hooktail... Yep, that's the sound. That is exactly what it sounds like, my dude. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This... Oh. Oh, dang it. Well, that stunk. I thought the key was elsewhere. Guess I gotta go a little further back. Makes sense. Right. Yeah. By the way, I think once an enemy falls in battle, then they stay fallen. So long as you're within the area. If you happen to leave and go to a different area entirely, then the enemies respawn. Again, that makes sense for RPG standards. It's all part of the norm. Funny enough, paper form is kinda broken in this game. It may not seem like it, but in actuality, it really is one of the more broken mechanics of the game. So broken, in fact, that it allows you to go out of bounds in a couple of different unique ways and also in several places. Really, dude? Screw it. Come on, open the door, please. Thank you. May not be a bad idea to go ahead and heal. Got the money to do so anyway. Alright. So going through here really isn't that difficult to do. Just hit the switches and you're on your way. By the way, there's a task-only trick that you can perform to jump into that window without the need of hitting the switches whatsoever. But again, like I said, it's a task-only trick as far as I'm aware. But other than that, though, that's all she wrote. Also, before we move on to the next part of this area, I definitely want to see what's down here. Worth it. Reason why? Star piece. I know we have to backtrack a little bit now in order to get back to where we were, but really, it's not that bad. Again, backtracking for star pieces and the like are definitely well worth your time. Trust me, it really is. You never know when items may come in handy. Same with star pieces. Which, believe it or not, they are used to trade badges like one for another. Lapsed. Well, that doesn't sound good. Well, if your internet connection got knocked out, there's not really a whole lot I can do about that. I mean, if you're gone, then, thanks for stopping by, dude. Come back again soon. Ah, okay. You're still here. Good to know. Okay. Okay. Nice. By the way, coming down here is definitely well worth it because you get a free life shroom out of it. Ah, you're watching on Chromebook. Okay. 25 bucks? That's not too bad. Not bad at all for a Chromebook. Alright, let's see what's in here. Huh? What's this? Huh? Oh my, who's this handsome piece of cheese? I can't believe there are other thieves here besides me. How very strange. Hey, who are you? Me? Why, I'm Miss Mouse, the global trotting thief. Heard of me, sweetie? I heard there were rare and valuable badges here in this castle. That's why I'm here. But the real question is, why are people like you roaming in such a run-down place? Well, you see, we're here to beat Hooktail and get the, Crystal Star. So, don't you think we'll let you get the Crystal Star first, no matter how cute you are? Crystal Star, you say? I didn't know a thing like that was hidden in this castle. Sounds intriguing. Perhaps I just heard something you didn't want me hearing. Damn. Well, but that's okay. I mean, you were looking for this Crystal Star first. And I already found the badge I was after, so I'll let you get your Crystal Star. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Whoa! Hey there, beautiful. It means I must say bye-bye for now, Mr. Cutie. I know, it's sad. We just met and already it's time to say farewell. Alas. Oh my, you're so bold. Is that legal? Ask Yoshi. It avoids its taxes all the time, so what else? Oh, it's a school-type Chromebook. Regardless, though, not too bad. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a little secret to share with you. Somewhere in this castle is a badge that'll help you beat Hooktail, or so I've heard. I don't know what kind of badge it is. Maybe you found it already, maybe not. If you're going to fight Hooktail, I recommend finding that badge first. Well, take care, handsome mustache man. Let's get together again real soon. Later, dude. I wonder what her story is. I bet it's an interesting one, full of romance. That is a question for the ages, my friend. Alright, here we have a mushroom, which, unfortunately we can't quite carry. Lame. Alright, what we got in here? Castle Key, awesome, and a Shine Sprite. And honey syrup. Okay, bye, Pal Block. Alrighty then. So back to what I was saying before, the life shroom that we picked up not too long ago, what that will do is, if you use it in battle, it'll act like a regular super shroom and restore 10 HP. However, if your HP or your partner's HP falls to 0, the life shroom will bring that person back and restore 10 of their HP or 10 of Mario's HP. However, the item is immediately consumed. Unlike the last, yep, that's what I was just saying. Unlike the last game where the life shroom has a really long animation upon it being consumed, the animation is sped up considerably in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. So that's nice. Regardless though, those are literal lifesavers and can really get you out of a huge bind. if you happen to have them on hand. Just keep in mind though, those things are incredibly valuable and also cost a ton of coins, but are definitely well worth it. They really are. So if you can hunt them down, go for it, dude. You'll not be disappointed. Man, my stomach is growling right now. Well, it is because it is getting kind of late and everything, but... Oh, damn it! Even so, even if it is, Smash 4 is the only game you got, you should definitely try to get your hands on Smash Ultimate for a Nintendo Switch, if you don't already have one. Oh, you have the 3DS version. Okay. Most people I know have the Wii U version, and for good reason. I hear that the Switch Lite is basically a trimmed down version of the regular Switch, and honestly, it's not a bad investment to pick that up if you don't already own a regular Switch, which I know you don't have at this point in time. But regardless, it is something worth mentioning anyway. Ow. Hang it, man. By the way, the amount of coins of which the audience members throws at you, it's always one. One coin. And even though it seems like it doesn't add up to much of anything, it does make a difference. One coin can make the difference between being able to buy a valuable item and not being able to do so in the first place. Just saying. You never know when the coins may come in handy. Alright. Give me a good old HP plus. That was dumb. Alright. Dang it! I thought it was elsewhere. Alright, back to what I was trying to say before I accidentally fell down. I believe there is another task-only trick that you can perform to get to the platform we need to get to next without the need of using this flight pad here. However, again, it's tasks only as far as I know, and even if it's humanly possible, it's incredibly difficult and really precise to pull off. Speaking of food, I'm definitely going to be fixing dinner sometime after this. Nice! Last Stand P. Last Stand P. Let's talk about that. Certain badges have a P variant over their standard variant. The regular variant of a badge only affects Mario, while the P variant affects your partners. So, say for example you have Last Stand P. Basically, what this will do is, if an ally is in danger, it'll reduce their damage of which they receive by half. However, this will not affect Mario since it's not the standard variant, and it only affects your partners. Pretty useful to have if you're in a really big bind and are in a very desperate situation in which you need to escape from. But regardless, it is something worth mentioning nonetheless. I wonder if I can just walk through here. Well, technically I could, but again, I kind of have to be fast. Again, I hate it when I do that. I think I'm actually somewhere else, but I'm actually not. Gotta love that lack of depth perception. Am I right? Okay. Let's move on now, shall we? Nice. Another Shine Sprite added to the collection. And like I said, Shine Sprites are used to upgrade the power of your party members for later. Wow, looks like my internet just took a shit. Thankfully with OBS, it doesn't affect actual performance since my graphics card is handling the encoding process. But even so, it still does affect the stream in the sense of the stream stability may not be on point. Go. It seems kind of strange how Happy Heart seems to only work when you don't need HP, and it doesn't work when you absolutely need it the most. It's really weird. I'm honestly not sure why that is. By the way, it's possible to strike aerial enemies with coops. You just have to wait for them to start striking downwards, in which case that'll be the perfect time to strike them down. Other than that, though, timing on that is pretty strict. Oh, nice! Another bingo that I definitely don't need. Oh well, it is what it is. I guess one other thing worth noting when it comes to the audience, despite Luigi being in the audience, I don't think he'll ever throw any bad items at you, such as rocks or cans. If he happens to have an item, then most of the time he'll throw just an item or some coins at you. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure that is how it works. Go. Another one added to the frickin' obituary, I guess? I'm not sure if that's the right term. Whatever. Well, here we are, folks. We're nearly at the very top of Hooktail's castle. In fact, we're basically right there. It's time to face the big bad dragon herself. At least it's just about time. Hey, buddy. Hooray for free XP! Okay, no, it's not free, but you get the point. It's mostly free. Oh yeah. Well, that was horribly mistimed. Okay, that wasn't too bad. A little hairy, but really it wasn't. It wasn't that bad at all. In fact, since we are at the very top of Hooktail Castle, stuck in Mario Kart 7. Interesting. Funny enough, I never played Mario Kart 7. I have it, but I haven't played it at all. Alright. Let's go face Hooktail. And slay us a frickin' dragon. Who dares approach me? Hey, buddy. You ready to dance? Ready to party? Like a good girl that you are? So, you are friends of the strange garbled one who came earlier. I didn't expect more to come to steal the treasure I protect. Such rashness. That was foolish, I fear. Do you really think you can beat me? But you're so small and you don't appear tasty. I suppose you might make a good snack. An appetizer before the main course. And the bottoms of your feet smell like they might make a good sauce with some spices. Ew. What I'll do is salute you to crispy goodness and gobble you down head first. Trying to get Metal Mario and Lakitu. Interesting. Snack time, little appetizers! But which one of you morsels should I taste first? How about a taste of my boot up your frickin' butthole? Ugh! That awful sound! It sounds like a cricket! How did you know? Stop that this instant! Oh, I got really bad food poisoning once when I ate a cricket. I hate them. Oh, fight me, Hooky. Just hearing a cricket chirp makes me feel woozy. Interesting. So, the attack effects badge, the one that we just equipped not that long ago, if you attack Hooktail with it, Hooktail's defenses drop to 0. And it's effective throughout the entire battle, so keep this in mind. That's Hooktail. Max HP 20, attack is 5, defense is 1. It'll stomp and munch on you, and it has a more dragonish attack, Stinky Fiery Breath. It's tricky, especially when it's losing, and it'll try to fool you into being merciful. Oh yeah, and one more thing, it hates things that start with Cur and ends with Icket. Supposedly there's something related to that somewhere in this castle. Did we find it? Yeah, I believe we did. We most certainly did. And trust me, it's gonna come in real handy. In fact, it already is. Ugh, must not. Ugh, my poor tummy. Oh, so very woozy. Oh man. Well, that stinks. By the way, the fire attack deals 1 damage if it hits you. That was not mentioned in Goombella's journal about Hooktail's attacks and how she works. Just figure I'd throw it out there. By the way, once you reveal an enemy's weaknesses and everything in the journal, their HP bar appears, and it stays that way no matter how many times you encounter the same thing again and again. So, again, something worth mentioning. Ow. Alright, time to finish this up. Wait! Hold up a moment! I give up, please! I won't be so bad anymore, I promise. In fact, I'm sorry for everything. Yeah. To prove it, I'll give you 1,000 coins. What do you say? Can you forgive me? Keep your coins, asshole. What? You must be joking. You don't need any coins? Then how about this lovely, rare, extra special badge I have? I'll give you that. It's one of a kind, and it's yours for a limited time only. Will you take it? Keep it, you ass! Really? Well, I suppose I can apologize for letting you smell the bottoms of my feet. People pay good money to do this. I'm being completely honest right now, really. I smell bullshit. So, care to take a whiff of this rich yet delicate scent of my world-renowned feet? Ew, no, that's disgusting. You aren't a very trusting fellow, are you? It's important to be able to trust someone, you know. I guess I'd better... Oh, man! Well, that's not good. That's just not right! Now my strength has returned to me. I have had enough of this. Let's finish this guy off fast, Mario. So after draining Hooktail's HP, Hooktail decides to have a little snack on the audience. Why? God only knows. And for the remainder of the fight, the audience is completely gone, and you can't get them back at all, since you're technically fighting Hooktail off stage. So again, only use Sweet Treat if you absolutely have to and you're running low on health. Something to keep in mind as well. Why do I always have to feel so faint every time I hear a cricket? Good question. One that will never be answered, as I will not give you the time of day to do so. Another thing worth noting is, in order to restore star power, you either have to get lucky on the star slot reel or the shine sprite slot reel. Something worth mentioning as well. Good night, yes, stupid jerk. But how? Why? There's still so much I wanted to do with my life. So many meals. Wow, talk about a dramatic death. But regardless, Hooktail has been slain. And in good time, too. Because we're nearly at 4 hours. Jesus Christ. Wow, we actually pulled it off, Mario! Now all we have to do is find that crystal star thing you're looking for, Mario. Ooh. Oh. Oh my, what do we got here? Damn! Yeah! I'm out! I'm finally out! Whoa, it can't be! Eh? Dad! Hey, you're Coops. Hey, son, you've gotten so big since I saw you last. Well, yeah, I guess I have, but who cares, Dad? I mean, golly, what happened to you? Where have you been all this time? Well, I came here a while back to deal with Hooktail, and all was well and good. But just before my finishing blow, he played a trick on me and gobbled me down whole. Also, it's a she. Just pointing that out. I've been hiding in my shell for 10 years since then, inside Hooktail's belly. And boy, was it nasty. Yuck. I'm so glad to finally get out. How the hell did you survive all this time without food or water? Honestly, Dad, don't you know how worried about you we all were? For 10 long years, we all thought we thought your game was over. Oh, sorry, son, but I'm okay. That's good, right? We're together now, right? Hey, speaking of which, what are you doing here anyway? Oh, come on, Dad. I came here to defeat Hooktail, who's been wreaking havoc in town. And Mr. Mario here is looking for a gem called the Crystal Star. Crystal Star? This wouldn't be what you're talking about, would it? Oh, that's convenient. What's that? I found it down there in Hooktail's belly. Nice, huh? I kept it as a souvenir. So this is the thing you're looking for, right? Perfect, just perfect. You can have it. You sure? I can have it for free? Come now, I won't take no for an answer. You're Coop's friend, take it. Please. Okay. Boom, baby! We got a crystal star, and our first one at that. And with our first crystal star, we learned the special move, Earth Tremor. And that is the end of the chapter. End of chapter 1. Mario and friends finally got a crystal star in the castle after defeating Hooktail. Koops even reunited with his long-lost father, whom he thought was dead. Yet they were unable to learn anything about the whereabouts of the princess. Where could Princess Peach be? Yes, Mario's adventure has only just begun. And so I'm going to go ahead and end things here for the day. And the reason as to why is because, well, we've been going on for nearly 4 hours now, and I need to fix dinner, and it's getting late too. So this is General Snivy with the Paper Mario The 1000-Year Door playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be heading out of here, returning to Rogueport, gather some information about Princess Peach's whereabouts, and may even learn more about the 1000-Year Door and its dirty, dirty secrets. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.